Something like that. Something like that. Let's put a bit of music on.
It was one of those days where everything goes wrong. My hair fell out, my heel broke off. I slipped through my alarm. I missed the bus tonight. School bus stalker walked me home.
Oh wow! Hey everybody! Hi. we're just setting up.
I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. A lot of my relationships, they end up in the ditch. So I'm getting counseling for being another drug. Doctors feel to get me, they make me trip and fall. So it's you are the man.
I can't do this. I don't know how to do this. Hey yo, we're gonna go out tonight.
I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Fashions and manicures, the frame are not solutions. That's the racks and fancy racks are empty substitutions. All the things they need is a man that drives me on my shoulder. Takes me naked in the ocean.
Hi everybody.
I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna.
Hang in there. Oh God. Can't keep up with you guys. Hold on.
Getting tattoos on my ass and up and down my arms could get me uncontrollable, leaving me rejected. Then again, pretending I'm secure and acting all too. It's no guarantee.
Your favorite. I owe you a reading. It's your birthday.
I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight.
Hey Whimsy.
You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance.
Gusto. Sounds like a famous writer. Maria. Hey Maria. Welcome Arkansas. Allson's bringing in the light. M. Knox. Okay. Trina. Hey people, I'm just trying to write down some names, okay? Catch up with you guys. Stay there, hold on. Oh, jeepers, man. Bob, welcome to the house. Garcia, Marie, I'm just gonna say Rob. Hey Rob. Estefania, hey Estefania.
My hair fell out, my heel broke off. I slipped through my alarm. I missed the bus tonight. School bus stalker walked
Garcia.
I sprayed his face with lace and then he left me on the road.
Hey. David, hey David.
I'm gonna dance my stress away until the
Hi Ivona.
You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you.
You're gonna get on the list, the line. So have a sing and dance amongst yourselves for a while I'm making the notes here. Giovanni. No, who's somebody had a birthday? Hey, Tina. Simple. Hi, Dawn. I see you here. Hey, Primary. How did the show go? 007. You're in the house. I won't tell anybody. Giggle. Where's Giggle? Giggle Glimmer, hey. Yay. I got Ivona. Oh, next week. Okay. We'll talk before then, okay? Hi, Diana. Mistress Gemini, Divine. I'm just going to call you Mistress, okay? I'm just going to call you Mistress, okay? Tiffany. Yeah, this is going so fast, I can't keep up. Hold on. Oh, don't worry, Caroline. Laura. We'll cheer you up, don't you worry. What, Laura? What did you say? You're putting this on your big screen and the music's playing through the house? Next, folks, we're going to be on Oprah. No, you are. We're going to do this on Oprah. Hi, Laura. Thank you so much. I'm honored. Spread it around the house. Sure, why not? I'm just checking something early on here. Stella, Karen. Karen. Somebody said it's your birthday. Is that right? Celeste. Oh gosh. Gaia. Gaia. Hi, Gaia. Oh boy, how am I going to do this, man? Aha. Okay, I'm not sure what we're doing right now. I'm trying to catch up. Angelica. Yeah, we're going to have a birthday party tonight for Karen. Shh, incognito's here, but don't tell anybody. Sandra, hey Sandra. Hi. Hi. And Sandra. Hey Max. What's going on? What's going on, Max? Why don't we do the dance? Let's do all dance.
Tattoos on my abs and up and down my arms could get me into trouble, leaving me rejected. Then again, pretending I'm secure and acting all good. Girl, it's no guarantee that
Marilyn.
I will be accepted.
Go ahead, hold on, slow down. I got to keep this. Marilyn and Chris. Chris. Hi, Chris. Welcome. Abby! Abby's in the house, people. Yeah, it's Leo season, so, you know, happy birthday, all the crazy fun, happy Leos. Yeah. Hey, Abby, thank you. You christened this the Love Tribe. Teal Love Tribe. I like that. Sounds pretty good. Oh, look. Oh. Oh. Didn't you get it yet, Abby? Oh, let me turn the music off for a moment. Hey, Abby, yeah, so Leo people, all you bright, shiny, lovely Leos, lighting up the house for all the rest of us. Yeah, so Abby, you'll probably get the scarf early next week, something like that. And there's a tracking number as well, okay? So no worries. Lopez. Lopez. I'm just going to call you Jessica, okay? Jessica. Now I've run out of paper, so we're going to go to the next page, but don't freak out, okay? Hold on, I missed somebody. Elizabeth. No, you got it. You're at the right place, Elizabeth. Don't worry. I don't know if we'll guarantee a reading, but, you know, we'll do what we can. There's like 42 already. There's no way everyone's going to get a reading. You already know that. So I know favorite, because it showed up on my Skype reports. You're going to get a reading, okay, favorite? Also, if Christina shows up, she volunteered to duck out last time because to give me a chance to go to bed, get some sleep. But I said we'd give her a reading this time if she shows up. So if she shows up, let me know. Malieka, Rolette. Hold on, Malieka. Malieka. I don't know how to say that. I hope I said it right. Malieka. Malieka. Okay, cool. Wow. Wow. Sorry, I can hardly say that. Ask a mystical question. Whoever answers first gets a reading. Okay. Okay. Can anybody tell me what sign the moon is right now? Right now, tonight on this show. What sign is the moon in? I'm going to count just a few seconds. You can't cheat. You can't use your moon apps or anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, who's got it? Whoever writes it down first gets a reading. Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. Abby! Abby got it right. Abby is the first one and she got it right. Already there, you're going to get a reading. Well done. I'm not going to cross you out, Marilyn. Where did I say that? Hold on. Where is Marilyn? Where's Marilyn? Oh, maybe I didn't put you. So Abby's going to get a reading for sure. That was a great idea, Abby. Okay, now where's Marilyn? Because I don't think I put your name down. Hold on. Marilyn. Okay, that was kind of fun, Abby, so I think we're going to do that again. Let's have a look. Yeah, correct. Moon is in the sky. Diana. Okay, so let's have another one. Let's have another wacky question. Okay. What sign is Mercury in right now where it went retrograde? Okay, anybody? I'm going to count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoever gets it first on the chat list wins. Abby! Abby, please. You're taking all the fun. Okay. No, somebody, Chris got it. Chris got it. Abby, you already got one, so I'm going to give one to Chris. Okay, he was the next one. Okay, Chris. I have a feeling that you're on the phone with Abby. Abby already knows all the answers. Damn. Yeah, I just gave it to Chris because his was the next name that showed up after you with the correct answer. Okay, Abby, I hope you don't mind. So anyway, yeah, no, Abby's already, it's, well, Chris, you're in the right place. You're going to get a Sunday night reading. Yay. Oh, wait a minute. Who's that Empress? The Empress is here. And Heather. Empress? I didn't see that earlier. You have to remind me, people. And Heather, because the chat thing is going extremely fast right now, and it's hard for me to keep up. Abby studies. She studies hard. Mistress Gemini. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, there's Marilyn. I got you here, Marilyn. Okay. Yeah, I got you here. Mike. Hey, Mike. What's new, man? Mike is in the house, people. Abby, you were right. I have to. What am I going to do? There's 50 freaking people here. Yes, Marilyn, that's correct. It was in Virgo. The answer is correct. Mercury is in Virgo, and it's flipping retrograde. Well done. But Chris was the first one to get the right answer after Abby, who already knew all the answers anyway. All right, let's see what we got. I don't know if I've got everybody. Hold on. Stay there. Tiffany. Did I get your Bonnie? Did I get your Bonnie? I don't. Yes, I got your Bonnie. You're here. Catherine, I didn't get you down earlier. Hi, Catherine. Catherine. All right, that's good. Look. No, you're never going to get it, Whimsy, because I'm the 13th sign. And I'm invisible. Okay, this one's for Ivona. This is an astrology reading. How do you spell the asteroid Kukulka? It's a trick question, people. This is for you, Ivona. How do you spell the name of the asteroid Kukulka? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. This joke. Sorry. Very, very close, Rob. You're very, very close. This is a trick question for. No. You got it. The asteroid Kukulka. You've got it. You're well done, Ivona. You're going to get a reading. Isn't that amazing? How did we do that? Asteroid Kukulka. There's a new asteroid. It just came back, and it's called Kukulka. Who knew? Yeah, amazing. Isn't it amazing? Okay, wow. See? Wow. Now, of course, anybody would obviously think that this whole show is rigged. It is. Somebody's pulling a lot of strings here, that's for sure. Stella, Ivona got it because it was a trick question, because it's actually Ivona's name. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, Hello, Louisiana Creatives. I'm just going to call you hello. Okay, hello? I'm just going to call you hello. Okay, hello? Okay, this is weird. The numbers are jumping up and down. I don't understand. I don't understand. Okay. A lot of people logged in and then they signed out or something. I don't understand it. So, all right, let's have a look here. Hold on, Lakeisha. There's another person, Lakeisha. L-A-K-I-S-H-A. Hi, Lakeisha. Welcome. Welcome. Did I get you, Destiny? I think I got you already. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Wait a minute. No, I guess I didn't. I'm sorry. Oops. Hi, Destiny. Welcome, Destiny. Welcome, Destiny. Yeah, you're in a good place. You're in the right place at the right time for the right reasons with the right people. Okay? So there you go. No, Joanne, you're not too late. A lot of people are just arriving. Joanne, I'm just going to call you Joanne, okay? And that's going to have to do, okay? The Eggman, yeah, you're right. All right, let's have a look. So we've got a whole bunch of people over here. I don't know if I'm counting this right, but we'll see what happens. So let's have a look. I'm going to put this over. I'm going to put this over here. And we're going to have a look. Now, I don't want to spend a lot of time doing the astrology and things because I just put up the playlist for the Leo new moon eclipse. Okay, it's kind of a big deal. I hope you all get a chance to watch it. It's really kind of important, you know, in terms of the astrology. And whoa, beautiful meteor shower. What was that? I missed that. Oh man, I wish I could have seen that. It's hard to see those kind of things here where I live, you know, so what can you do? All right, first off, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got six names we've pulled already just for starters, okay? So why don't we just go with that, see what happened, and then we'll pull some more names later. You saw the stars as well? Oh man. Ah, damn, I love those things. I've seen a few live eclipses. Really, it's really recently quite an amazing phenomenon. All right, let's have a look. Wait a minute, just Laura Lopez. Try watched. Wait a minute, Lopez just, are you talking about getting a reading or watching the meteors? Oh, okay. No, well, no worries. Let's start doing some readings, okay? Oh, well, you know, Stella, I've just seen what you said about the rising. You didn't know your time you were born. You can do something called chart rectification. Okay, there's a way to figure that out. It takes quite a lot of work, but if you want to contact Tarot Illumination at the website, tarotlumination.com, we might be able to sort that out for you, and it might bring you a lot of relief. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's have I just need some water, people, to refresh. I'm going to see if I can get some air moving here. Moving in the house. And get a bit of fresh air in here. Okay, stay there, everybody. Stay there. Stay there. Yeah, you know, Chris, that's kind of like a giggle. I don't really know. Like you know, you have in the deli aisle, you pull those numbers out of the slot, and everybody kind of just gets in line. I know what you're saying, but I still have never figured out actually how to do that on these live shows. So, hold on, Steve is here. Apparently Steven is here. So don't be scared, anybody, but Steven is here. Make a note. Steven is here. Oh, apparently James says that. Max, I don't know. Wait a minute, where's Max? Did I get you? I don't think you got. Oh, I got you here. Thank you, Max. Yeah. By the way, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bunch of other tarot readers here tonight because, you know, that's what happens. And if it gets too busy for larotumination, God. Oh, God. Larotumination. Okay, whoever heard of that one? But anyway, you might be able to get a reading from one of the other readers here. Who knows? We're pulling the cards, people. We're pulling the cards. Let's have a look. Yes, very, very interesting. Yeah, we can do that. There's a lot more videos we're going to be doing down the road, but Tarot Illumination is still just trying to learn how to walk. Tarot Illumination is like a little baby channel. We've only just started. We've only been going a few months. There's a lot of work to do, and we're planning for stuff to do on the top secret TL2, the secret subscription-only channel, but we're not there yet. There's going to be lots of goodies there that you won't get on the free channel, okay? And it's going to be super cheap, too. Don't worry. Don't you worry. You see, Stella is pitching in already. Stella is already helping out Max. Just like, buckle up. Christina, what? You've been waiting 3 weeks? Aha. There you are. There's your name. You remember last week you volunteered to drop out because we were just running out of time, which was very kind of you. But you know what? You might be the perfect person to start the show because you were the person who left the show last time, and you never got your reading. So, without further ado, before we've pulled any other names off the list, we are going to read for Christina. Now, I opened the window, and a lot of my crazy neighbor kids are going crazy today, so please forgive them. They're just children, okay? Yeah, well done. Thank you, M. Knox. Thank you for pitching in. It really, really helps. It really, really. You didn't get one either, Tiffany? Oh, God, well, there's lots of people who didn't get readings, believe me. Yeah, it's serious. I'm sorry. Everybody, because I burn out after a few hours. Ay, ay, ay. All right, here we go. All right, Christina, you are up. You've done this before, everybody. For all the first timers here, just hang out and watch and enjoy. Pretend you're at some kind of like very strange campfire, okay? You bring your own bottle, bring your own hot dogs, bring your own buns, bring some mustard relish and ketchup, and share with everybody, okay? And if you've got any fancy stuff in the deli cooler, even better. And also, it is, you know, bring your own beverages too, okay? Bring your own beverages, all right? And of course, a spare log or two. It really, really helps to keep the show going. All right. Now, yeah, Mike, popcorn would be handy right now. It is one of those kind of shows. Oh, Sandra's got watermelon. Hey, everybody. Yeah, Sandra's going to cut it up into 50 slices, if that's humanly possible. Wait a minute, Rob. You don't pour gasoline on a campfire, all right? It's not cool. Yeah. Christina, you are up, okay? You are up. It's always a good reading, Christina. Even if it's a shitty reading, it's a good reading. Okay? So that's how it works. Yeah, I'm sorry, Primary. The truth is the chat is going so fast. I can, honestly, it's really hard for me to keep up. I'm just out of, oh, Stella just has spaghetti with ketchup and mustard. God, I'm sorry, that sounds kind of gross. Ketchup and mustard on your spaghetti? I don't know. I guess I'm a bit old-fashioned. Is lighting the sage. Okay, I've read enough. I'm just going to do the reading. I got so carried away with you guys. I just want to hang out. Maybe we'll just have an evening one time where we just hang out, you know? And like Abby does, like we'll just ask silly questions and then somebody gets a ridiculous prize. I don't know, something crazy. All right, Christina, here you go. Here you go. Let's just see what happens. Doopy-doopy-doo. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. And here's how we're going to deal with it. Tarot Illumination style. And we're going to look at the bottom card in just a second. And it might help. Let's have a look, see what it is. You've got the little 8 of Swords here. No worries, Christina. It can just indicate that you might be feeling as though you're kind of in a maze right now, or that the situations, whatever you're dealing with, are so challenging in such a way that you know you're going to deal with it, but maybe just pick them off one at a time if you're a little bit scared. So don't worry, don't take it too seriously. What's the situation? Okay. Week or so, I can't remember how many times I've had the Hermit in this first position for whoever, whatever readings. It's very strange. So Christina, looking at basics here, like you're either going to have to go deep within, only in solitary for a while, this is the Hermit, or you're already there. And if you're already there, don't worry. It's because you're supposed to be there, because that's probably the only way you can actually figure out what needs to be figured out right now. For the whole planet, with all this eclipse energy coming up, there's a tremendous amount of shifting and churning and changing as snakes shedding their skin. Like we're, you know, shifting and changing so much that sometimes it's very hard to understand the shifting and changing, because it feels like we're being tortured or convulsed or something. And but this is actually very good for you, Christina, because ultimately the answers do lie within anyway. So don't take it personally. If you have to go deep within and you feel like you're on some kind of spiritual journey of discovery, it's not a problem. You can handle it, all right? You're in the right place with the right people. We can share the love. We can spread the load a little bit. You can like do a group hug thing. What's the challenge? What's the challenge here? Okay, you're scared shitless. Okay, it's the moon energy. It's understandable. Okay, and if you feel like you don't know what's going on and you're forced to go within, or even if you say, let's just say you're doing this voluntarily, you're deliberately and voluntarily a deep, private, solitary, meditative state in order to find out what the bleep is going on right now, especially. But we can also admit that it might be scary, because it might be feel as though you're getting shredded or hazed or pulled apart or being dared to go somewhere into new places where you've never been before. Total sense, because we're dealing with very strong lunar energy, particularly the North Node journey and the eclipses. So don't worry. It's perfectly normal to feel this way. Okay? So how are we going to challenge it? Even if you might feel lost and scared and alone, how are we going to deal with it? Because the indication is that you have to deal with this stuff, all right, Christina? One way or another, all right? All right. We're not going to get all heavy or pushy or like bullies here, all right? Look at this. Christina, what the heck is going on with you? You're welcome to talk about it, chat about it with everyone else on the screen, but this is a very serious reading, Christina. Okay? The way to handle this, I like to think of it as a live as if card sometimes here. Hold on a minute. Crazy. Freaking. So, Christina, if you feel you're getting like swirled around like you're in a tumble dryer or something, because these are very powerfully fated types of cards, These are all major arcana. So you might feel as though your whole life is on some kind of weird trippy journey right now where you don't have any say in anything. You're just getting swept along by the waves, so to speak, which is understandable. These are really, really strong waves. We've got very, very supportive astrological energy, and we've got some extremely challenging as well. But guess what? That's life, and everybody has to deal with it. The planets don't own you, okay? You know, you can study astrology forever, but they don't own you. You have the right and the duty and the obligation and the privilege to make your own decisions. So don't be scared. Don't be frightened about being alone while you figure this stuff out. It's perfectly normal, natural, and healthy. And the way to move forward is live as if. In other words, put your brave face on and act as though you are the most luscious, awesome, amazing, desirable, fertile, creative woman on the planet, okay? Utterly shameless in your own bounty, your abundance, your ability to absorb love, your ability to receive love, your ability to share love. It's a very, very powerful, loving kind of card. Absolutely no shame about being this way. She revels in being happy and being full of her ability to manifest what is true. And it doesn't mean just having money and stuff and nice things. It means about being really, really true to like the soul nature of your womanhood, okay? Like honor the ultimate divine feminine inside of you. Honor that, however you have to do that. Whether you need to learn how to meditate, how to do that, learn how to dissipate fear, or go on one of those kind of retreat types of things where you kind of like, they strip you down psychologically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Hold your hand as they take you through the hazing, and then you come out the other side like this. But you got to deal with it. You're in the right place, okay? You're doing it the right way. Just and live as if you are the Empress, okay, Christina? All right, I hope that helps in some way or other. Wow, that was a pretty heavy duty reading to start the night. Wow. Woo. She left what? What? Okay, maybe you guys are talking about something else. I'm sorry. Christina Simona, Pisces, that's it? What's that? Okay, well, you know, if things get really heavy, you can always, you know, get in touch with me at the website. Pisces is under a lot of pressure at this extreme moment right now because Virgo is almost exactly opposite Pisces right now. Mercury is almost exactly opposite Neptune. So that could be quite challenging in terms of understanding spirituality, your spiritual nature, especially since Pisces can be the sort of energy where it's very, very easy to get lost in the energy of illusion and delusion versus reality. So, you know, another time, Christina. But tonight, let's keep going. Let's keep going, people. All right. Thank you, Christina. Thank you so much. All right, let's have a look. I'm going to pull another card. We're going to read for Chris. All right, Chris, you're up. Read for Christina. Put her on the list because we already knew she was here. Just to make it look proper on the board here. Okay, so thank you, Christina. You're there. All right, you got it. And we're going to read for Chris now. Chris, you're up. All right, let's have a look. Doopy-doopy-doo. Doopy-doopy-doo. Thank you for being so courageous to show up at this show, Chris, because honestly, we never know what's going to happen. We wing it. You know, pretty much we wing this whole freaking thing. All right. A shuffle. We already pre-shuffled a little bit, as you know. And then we're going to cut it up a little bit. We're going to read for you. All right. And just, uh-oh. All right, let's have a look, Chris. What's going on? Cutting, cutting, cutting. Big fat cut right there for you. Let's have a look. Here's your situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to deal with it, hopefully. Hang in, Chris. Dude, man, look at this. So all around you, you might be feeling like maybe you're surrounded by angels. Maybe you don't even know it, Chris, but right now there's a very strong angelic presence in your world, and it's saying, you know what, Chris, it doesn't matter who you are, what you've done, or how you've done it, however much you screwed up, it doesn't matter, because it's all going to start all over again, like a complete reboot, like you got one of those refurbished computers, and you get everything from brand new again. It's still you, Chris, but you're going to be turning into the new Chris Mark II, and there's no going back. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Let's look at the situation. Damn, but it's hard work, isn't it? So we got the 7 of discs here. So you might be very aware that there's big transformations happening in your life where a whole kind of like way of being forgiven, and you get to reboot, restart everything. It's like looking around your world and going like, oh my God, I really do get a second chance. Not everybody gets that, Chris, but someone somewhere loves you very much, and it's probably the big people upstairs, the big, you know, those folks. Do have another chance, Chris, and it's now, it's happening right now, so seize the moment. But that does imply to do, and there's a lot of responsibility here, because you're dealing with an inheritance or heritage from the past that, you know, is part of you, your identity, but you get the chance to reformat. So on close observation here with the little 7 of discs, you're going to now have the opportunity to go deep within yourself, your soul, your environment, relationships, jobs, home, everything, family and friends, and discover what it is that needs weeding out. A lot of times it's attitudes and perceptions and beliefs and old crappy habits, ways of being and doing things. And you got to weed it all out. Weed that one out, weed that one out, weed that one out, weed that out. Because that's how you dig out and bring out the gold coming into this Leo North node. So you've got the opportunity right now, right here, to do that. But it is work, okay? It's like doing a lot of housekeeping on yourself, okay? So let's have a look. What's the challenge? Okay, wondering whether you can even do it or not. With the 7 of Swords here, there's different things that I'm feeling. One is that you need to be extremely careful about how you do this, because like as you discover what needs to be weeded out, you could be discovering ways in how you have betrayed yourself, how others have betrayed you, and you might not be wanting to admit that kind of stuff, okay? Because it could feel very uncomfortable, very, very awkward, okay? And the good thing is that because like it's just like the angels are telling you all is forgiven, all will be forgiven, it's okay. So even if you're scared of this kind of energy where you could end up, you're scared that you might like, you know, rock too many boats or upset like the status quo in your life, in your world, and you might be thinking maybe I can just get around this and not have to do it and kind of be sneaky about it. But if you do that, you're cheating yourself and you're cheating everyone else and you're cheating the world from you, and that's not, that's kind of like a complete waste. That would be a complete waste of this amazing energy. So the challenge here is that you're aware, you're probably very much aware of this. I'm not telling you any details because I'm not fine, but you probably know what we're talking about here, okay? So that's almost like, you know, being scared of actually doing what has to be done, being scared of the housekeeping and doing it in the right way so that you don't like literally, you know, cut yourself while you're cutting the weeds, for example. All right, so how are we going to do this effectively? How are we going to get through this? This is very awkward energy here. Okay, well, I feel again, this often happens, it's like a live as if type energy. In other words, if you are aware that there's a lot of housekeeping to do, spiritual, soul, just day-to-day life habits, whatever, and you're scared of doing it because you don't want to tip up the status quo, discover what the betrayals are, you don't want to discover your own betrayals of self, understandable. The way to handle it is like treat it as an exercise, like as a challenge, as an amazing thing that over which you need to prevail. Okay, in order to honor and respect this gift, and the energy is asking you to rise up to this kind of standard where you have the courage and the braveness and the humility to go through this housekeeping in a very truthful, honest way and move forward. But what it requires is having to gather all of your like human resources side of Chris and the light side of Chris, and understand that you're a human and you have both. Amalgamate all of that together. Take ownership of all of that. Don't let that stuff own you. Weeds own you. You own that. You take charge. You take control, and you lead and you live by example. Okay. So that's all I got to say for you, Chris. I hope that helps you some way, somehow over the next month or two. All right. So keep us posted. You know where to go, Tarot Lumination or tarotlumination.com. Okay. Thanks for letting me read for you, Chris. We're going to move on. We're going to move on. Now, I want to read for Favorite because she was one of the first in the house. And thank you, Chris. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to read for Favorite because I believe it was your birthday. I saw it on my Skype. I know I did. I swear I did. So, yeah, Favorite is next. I'm just going to put that up. Favorite darkness, your favorite darkness. So that's you. All right, there you go. Wow. Don't worry, Christina. Jeepers, don't worry about that stuff. All right, let's have a look. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't put Carrie down there. I saw Carrie on the list. You can see this. I just got a comment here from Agadesia. Daniel, be cute. Show, if you're doing comments on the channel right now, why don't you just come to the show? Okay, you might as well. So, damn, I missed that. Who was I supposed to? I was just going to write a name in there. I forgot. All right. Oh, Mindover's here. I got to get Mindover. Mindover is in the house. Okay. You see, Max, it's almost like you can't go wrong by coming to the channel because it's almost like you get what amounts to a reading anyway, even if you didn't get a reading. Like if you've got a horrific sob story and it's real and it hurts, freaking just let it rip. You know, because you'd be surprised how many horror stories become revealed on this little channel. And that's one of the beauties of this channel. You get to reveal it to heal it. Because that's what we do here, people. So well done, Max. If you're getting something out of the show without even getting a reading, that's even better. That. But now you mention it, I saw you on the screen with that bit of chat, so I get it. Where did you see the tower? Dima, hold on, Dima. I don't have your. I think that was the name I was going to write. Dima. Hi, Dima. Hi, Dima. All right, we're shuffled. Okay, we're just going to go for it. All right, favorite. Let's have a look. Let's have a look here. We're going to shuffle and cut like this. Big, fat, weird cut just to break up the energy. And let's have a look. Let's see what happens. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to deal with it. And let's have a look. What's the weather like? Favorite. Da, 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 da. So you got the Knight of Wands around you. All it's saying here is like, it's pretty much saying what we're saying already. Happy birthday, favorite. Freaking go for it. Get up on your horse, your favorite horsey, and jump around and run around and have fun and like share your light with everybody. It's about time, okay? Pushy there, but I happen to know people that favorite is actually a really awesome reader, okay? I'm sorry I had to spill that, but favorite was doing some readings in the chat last time, if I recall correctly. If I'm correct, correct me if I'm wrong, but favorite is pretty effing awesome. All right, what's the situation? Hope. Lovely. So in some ways, I'm very envious of you right now, favorite, because this is a very beautiful card to have in the situation. It's almost like a feeling like, it's almost like, favorite, you can like, it doesn't matter what's happening around you right now. Even if you're crying your eyes out, a box of tissues every day, it doesn't matter, because everything is exactly as it should be. And deep down, you already know that, because you're already one of those highly evolved spiritual beings. And you're just living through the process like anyone and everyone else. And you know very well, deep down inside, what this means. The star energy is about hope and the chances for the future. And soulmate type card, I've never fully understood that. But I see it as an understanding that not aware of all the facts or the evidence, or that there's any indication that everything is just awesomely beautiful as it is. You somehow know already. And there's no proof, there's no evidence, and you don't need it. You already know it, and you feel it, and you own it. So that's why it's such an awesomely good card for you in this position. All right? So it's like you have every reason to celebrate right now, favorite. It's like you're exact. It's almost like you could treat tonight as a little birthday party for you and share your gifts, okay? Because that would be kind of cool. What's the challenge, though? Because you're quite shy, if I recall. Let's have a look. Okay. You might be shy of public speaking in a very, very big, broad, open way where you would be, let's say, held accountable for your words. Okay, with the King of Swords here, and that's in the challenging position, that's very serious. So that might be one of those situations, favorite, where deep down you're probably very aware of your gifts and everything that you have, and your ability to bring light and hope for others. But deep down, you might have doubts of your actual skills and abilities in terms of how well will they be received by others. Is it really truly possible that you could be perceived as an authority, as the ultimate authority? That's a big deal, because in this position here with the King of Swords, that indicates self-doubt, which is another version of lack of self-love. So that's a serious problem, especially when you've got all this energy. So in other words, you're dealing with the two very opposing sides of your own nature. The human side, the fearful side, the shadow side, versus the beautiful star seed side, okay? So it's almost like you're confronting yourself, levels of your abilities, by the biggest, baddest shadows, all at the same time. So it's almost like a warlike atmosphere inside of your spirit. How are we going to deal with that? Okay, what I'm feeling here is that aware of how you might impoverish yourself by this kind of behavior, this kind of attitude here, because this kind of, with this King of Swords here in this very challenging position, it indicates that by, let's say, tuning into your shadow energy or allowing the shadows to dominate, you end up impoverishing yourself. So do you see how, like, through your own decisions, through your own actions, card, this is a result of decisions. Being in this position, if you feel impoverished in heart, body, mind, and soul, it's because of previous decisions, okay? And we're not, on this show, we're not going to make it personal. It's just you living your life. But when you break life down into a series of millions of decisions, then you start to realize, like, wow, once I'm brave enough to make some of the decisions that I know I need to make, then this card changes completely. It becomes a card of abundance. So in order to move forward effectively, the way I feel it for you, favorite, is the present, is to realize how truly awesome you are. And don't be scared of wearing the crown and the robes of authority, where you are not scared of being held accountable for your words and very powerful and effective messages for people, okay? Where you could be viewed and felt and seen as an authority. This card will vaporize and it will turn into 5 little pentacles of abundance, okay? All right, that's what I've got for you. Pretend that's your little birthday cake, okay? Okay? And you're in the right place, okay? So I spilled the beans on you, favorite. I spilled the beans. Now everybody here knows you're awesome. And there's no way out of it. Ha, 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 ha. We're going to move on. Next reading, please. Next reading, please. Let's have a look here. Okay, well, the show is now underway. It's official, people. We're underway. We've had a few readings. We're going to do some more. Hugs and love, everybody. See, now you're getting in the spirit, favorite. Don't say if you don't. Okay, all right. For favorites. So we're going to read for Abby next, okay? Because we owe you one. And then we're going to have, we got 1, 2, 3 more lined up. So after Abby, we're going to have, I don't know what order yet, but we're going to have Karen and Ivona for starters, okay? All right. Oh, yeah, some music. I see what you're saying, Sandra. Thank you so much. All right, Abby, here we go. This one's for you. Sorry, I got to put your name on the board. Okay, cards are more or less shuffled. That's good. Okay, that's good enough right there. Let's have a look. All right, let's see. All right, let's have a look. Yes, breathing exercises. All right, Abby, you're up. Let's have a look. Encouragement and support, Abby, by the way. It's really, you've been here since early days, and it really, I can really, you can tell, I'm on the receiving side here, and I get it. I totally get it, Abby. Thank you. I see what you were talking about. It's like you were a prophet. Okay? Really. It's been amazing. We're going to cut. And we're going to cut some more. I think after this little reading for Abby, we're going to play a little bit of music, and I'm going to show everybody the scarf. Doopy-doopy-doo, yay! Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it, TL style, hopefully, without too many bumps. And then we're going to have a look at this. Okay, Abby, a little bit of supporting weather in the form of the King of Cups. So it could be an indication that you're in a really, really good spot right now. I feel it's like in terms of receiving this kind of, I feel it's like getting an award, where it's almost like it's about time that Abby was awarded something, and you get the award. You get to be recognized and acknowledged for being the awesome Abby that you are, and you're getting a promotion from whatever card was less than this. You are now moving up to the King of Cups type of energy in your world, and the surrounding weather is an indication of that. Okay, so it's just like, in other words, graciously accept the crown and the robe. It's here for you. So that's pretty cool. In other words, it's pretty much asking you to step on stage and be a star, even more than you are. What's the situation? Da, 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 da. Well, you do have ambitions, you do have goals, you do have desires, and they might be nascent, they might be still in the fledgling stages right now, but they are definitely there. So that's really, really good news, Abby. It's like you've got your eyes set on the future in some kind of, let's say, noble, magnanimous way, even though you might not know all the steps to take at the moment, but that doesn't matter, okay? The important thing is that you've got the energy and the drive to sort of like keep going and get there. But what's the challenge? Oh, whoa. Okay, well, Abby, I'm just going to call it out here. You might be, this is going to sound weird because you're actually kind of a radiant being already, Abby, but deep down, with all this Leo energy coming up, you might be on light. Even though you're already actually pretty in tune with all that stuff, scared of having to take it up to the next level, where you would literally be radiating this kind of energy, the Queen of Wands. And we've had this kind of energy a lot recently in readings. A lot of people are being called out. Step up, step into the spotlight. Be the true you, be the real you, the shiny, brighter version of you, as opposed to the one who just kind of like crowd and mixes it up with everybody and is a good friend to everybody. It's time to step on the stage, is what this is. But it's also the fear. It's almost like stage fright. What I'm feeling here with the Queen of Wands for you is stage fright, a little bit of stage fright. But don't worry, we're going to handle this. Because what it indicates is that in order to move forward, all it means here with the Eight of Swords here is that in order to rise to this challenge, in order to meet this, in order to like bring this all together, I don't want to turn this into a relationship reading because you could obviously see how that could happen here with the King of Cups and the Queen of Wands. But what I'm feeling is this is much more about your own energy, bringing what some people call the divine masculine in alignment with the divine feminine, where they are very much in balance, and this is a good time to do it. But in order to do that effectively, it means having to confront, just like all the rest of us, having to confront deep down whatever are these tiny, tiny, like little slivers, like pinpricks. What's it? Burr in the saddle. When there's just a tiny little thing, but it causes a lot of irritation and it's very hard to find. It's like having a sliver. And like there's all these little tiny slivers which have like accumulated over life and time and years that you've managed very successfully to like either ignore or not bother to deal with, because those are the energies that are impeding you. And it's about time to like remove the slivers, so to speak, so that this kind of radiance can come through. But this takes work because it means having to admit that there are deeply buried little tiny, tiny issues that actually cause a lot of irritation. They might look very small and tiny and imperceptible to the point where they might even be hard to discover there. And they are actually the cause of any kind of limitation. And they're inside of you, and you probably know exactly what we're talking about here. And we're just going to deal with it eventually, effectively, or at a time. An attitude, a perception, a thought, a belief, a betrayal, a lie, a self-defeating, whatever it is, it's all inside you. You own it, and we're going to pick them all up one by one, okay? No problem. No problem. Because the whole of Tarot Lumination is about healing anyway. That's really, really why we're doing Tarot Lumination in the first place. In case anybody didn't know, that's the long-term goal for the channel. But we're just trying to start. We're just trying to get alive at the moment. But it's really very much about the healing. I hope you don't mind, people. It's just going to take it's a long, slow ride to get there. There's several companies that are trying to help Tarot Lumination grow right now, which is kind of nice, and they want to kind of get on board. They want me to sponsor things, and like, I don't know, it sounds kind of weird. I don't want to be like promoting you know, this type of this or soap dish or makeup or I don't know what it is, you know, sponsorships and stuff. I just want the channel to be able to function and be happy. And we'll just keep doing what we do. We'll do it properly. Make it about you guys. Okay, now let's have a look. We're going to shuffle. Thank you. Here. We're going to, let's pull Karen. Okay, Karen. All right, you're next, Karen. Let's have a look. Oh, Sandra, I was going to do some music, wasn't I? You're right. Okay, let's hang in, people. Karen, you're next, but we're going to put on that little, I'm going to put on the bounce. Stay there. It's a funny, stupid little song, but it's kind of, let's see. Okay, sorry, I spelt it wrong. Stay with me. Hang in, people. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go get the little scarf. I'm going to go get the scarf, yes.
This is called the bounce.
Stay there.
Way out of Tokyo, deep in old Moscow, in some parts of Trinidad, I remember the good times I had, all along the Great Wall of China, on the decks of ocean liners, with the anchors up in the Andes, way out of Los Angeles. Let's bounce, let's bounce, let's bounce, let's bounce. Smoked Bow Wow with Geronimo in downtown with nowhere to go. I take peace between the west and east, and I've met beauty and the beast. I swam around the great equator. I started out a simulator. I belong to both of the poles. I know where you don't go. Whoa, let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce.
We're going to let the song play again, and I'm going to show you something very special, people. Yay! I'm so excited. Abby's the first one. Abby actually owns one.
This is called the bounce.
And it's the new Lumination silk scarf, people. They just came in. I just finished making them.
Way out of Tokyo, deep in old Moscow, in some parts of Trinidad, I remember the good times I had, all along the Great Wall of China, on the decks of ocean liners, with the anchors up in the Andes, way out of Los Angeles. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Smoked Bow Wow with Geronimo in downtown with nowhere to go. I made peace between the west and east, and I've met beauty and the beast. I swam around the great equator. I started out a simulator. I belong to both of the poles. I know where you don't go. Whoa, let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. You got the words. We got the lyrics. Let's just see if we can hear it now. This is called The Bounce. Right out of Tokyo, deep in old Moscow, in some parts of Trinidad, I remember the good times I had.
Oh, giggle, I just saw what you said.
On the decks of ocean liners, with the anchors up in the Andes, right out of Los Angeles, let's bounce.
Oh my God, giggle.
Let's
I see what you're saying. Oh
bounce.
my God.
Let's bounce. Slow pow wow with Geronimo. In downtown with nowhere to go. I make peace between the west and east. I let beauty and the beast. Swam around the great equator. Started out to see the later. I've been out to both of the poles. I know where you don't go wrong. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce.
Okay, all right, okay. Okay, giggle. That was really, really cool. I never thought about that. I think Max or Mike, you said something too. This song later, but let me see if I can arrange something here. Hold on. I've never done this. Okay, so bear with me. Okay, there's my normal desk. Okay, let's have a look. Stay there. I don't know if this is super high grade satin silk, so I don't know. Work, you know, as a tablecloth. I never really imagined it as a tablecloth. There you go. It sort of looks like this for the stage. Pretty big for the stage. Wow, man, it's pretty freaky on camera. Jeepers. It's way too big for the stage. I don't know what to do. But this is it. I've only made a very small number. They're very expensive to make these. They are like super premium silk, high grade silk, like that they would use for Hermes or Gucci, and all the hems. They're all hand stitched hems. Okay, and it's very beautiful. It's very pretty. It took me a long, long time to make these. Okay, I don't know what to. It looks sort of like a stained glass window. It's just too big for the desk. But anyway, fold it in half. Oh, okay. Hold on. Maybe. I guess we could do that. That looks kind of strange. All right, how does that look? Looks kind of weird from here. Whoa. Yeah, well, anyway, it's kind of, wow, jeepers, man. On the camera. Wow. Yeah, well, they're very, very expensive. I'm sorry, but there's no way out of it because all the money that Lumination makes from selling these scarves is going towards the new computer fund drive, and it's actually going quite well, but I need to sell a whole bunch of these. Each scarf is, you have to go to the terralumination.com website. I'm scared to tell you how much it is on this show because you might run away. Expensive. So, so there you go. And if for the guys, it's also a great gift if you've got somebody special, you want to impress them. Because however exciting it might look on the camera, I can tell you in real life it's much, much better. It's absolutely beautiful in real life. I was blown away. So I think what I'm going to do, yeah, it's too much. I'm going to clear this. It's so distracting. The colors are so bright, I can really hardly watch. But you know, you can do what girls do. You tie it up and turn it into a scarf. So anyway, I just wanted to show you the first one. I actually signed it already. And Abby has got the first one. She bought the very first one. And at the moment, I only have 10 available. So it's an extremely limited edition right now. But if we can sell all 10 of them, then I can make a few more. I can only afford to make a few of them at a time because it's very expensive to make them. Anyway, let's keep going. All right. That was kind of fun. Okay, thanks for the support, Sandra. Yes, it took me months. I mean, it looks kind of like a little stupid little painting that any kid could have made, but it actually took me months to make the original painting. And the original painting is really quite big. And all the technology to turn it into the scarf and everything, oh my God. I didn't know, if I'd known how expensive it was going to be to do all this, I probably would never have started. But I'm very proud. It's an absolutely beautiful scarf, and it looks incredible in the sunlight. All right, Karen, you're up. Moving on. Let's get on with the show, people. We're here to read cards, all right? We're here to read cards. Stay there. Stay there. I got to get some air. Stay there. All right, I'm coming back. I had to open up the office a little bit and get some air. All right, here we go. Karen. All right, we've been going for a while now, so you know the kind of drill. You know what's happening. Yes. Hello, Daleth. Daleth, yes. We figured it out. Well done. Well done. Oh, where's the sheet? I just want to put you on here for the record, okay, Daleth, so that we know that you're here. Okay, we got you, Daleth, so don't worry. Don't you worry. Can I get you guided magic? Name on the screen. You in there? Is your name on there? Am I missing something? No. You. I'm just going to call you 777, okay? Shorthand for Guided Magic 777. Man, okay, let's go. Let's go, people. We got a lot of readings to do here. All right, here we go. Let's have some fun. All right. This done, didn't I? Oh, I guess I didn't. No, I didn't. I missed. I'm sorry. Oops. That's not cool. I want to get everybody. I want everybody. Thank you, Sandra. Everyone's clapping for the scarf. Amethysten. All right. I think you're from Norway, aren't you? Tiffany. Oh, did I get Tiffany? Sorry. Yes, Tiffany's here. Okay, so we're at least on the record. I don't know if you're going to get the reading, but, you know, at least we're on record. All right, Karen, you're up. Up. Oh, Janine. Oh, gosh. Dang, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I didn't get you. I know I didn't get you. Hi, Janine. Sweden. Oh, right. Amethyst in Sweden. Yeah. Sometimes Mona shows up. She's from Norway, and she would see this very early on Monday morning. Okay, Sandra, we'll see you back in a few. All right. Thanks for all the support, by the way. You're a brainiac. All right, Karen, here we go. Let's have a look. We're going to cut this up. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. And let's have a look. Oh, all the cards are upside down. Okay, so don't worry. I'm going to flip them up because I don't read reversals. And look at this. Yet again, I shuffle very, very, very well, people. But as you can tell, we've already reached that point in the evening. Actually, it's kind of late for this. Really fast. It doesn't matter how well I shuffle. We get a lot of synchronistic repeat cards. So we've already got a couple tonight, but here's another one, the Empress in the same position from earlier. So Karen, there's a strong indication that you are very, very much deeply encouraged to understand and honor and respect the divine feminine inside of you, okay? Even if you're not used to thinking about these things or talking in this kind of way, it's very, very important to really cherish yourself, your femininity, your womanhood, your natural ability to create, to bring life. I'm not saying you have to have kids or anything, but the natural energy of fertility and abundance and everything that is amazing about women, where women, you know, they do and how the planet actually would function really well if we had more women in charge. Honestly, I don't want to get into politics here, but I'm very, very comfortable around very powerful women. Actually, it's kind of strange, but there you go, Karen. All working in your favor. Now, what's the situation? King of Wands energy. So I don't know if you've got a character in your life right now who's very significant. I don't want to get into personal readings here. I'm just treating this as energy. You're reading about you and your energy. So it might indicate, let's see, well, this is very, very strongly contrasting energy here. Like you're being encouraged to tune into your divine feminine, the ultimate, most feminine part of yourself. And it's just like a very strong hint from the weather. It's like, excuse me, Karen. And yet here you are. The situation is much more to do with this very masculine energy. The King of Wands is just like, it's almost like the perfect, it's almost like a perfect match here. I don't want to get into relationship readings. I'm sorry, Karen, but the it might indicate that you might be kind of a little bit at war with yourself, struggling between, let's say, let's just call the King of Wands here a very good image that represents your divine masculine energy. You might be one of those extremely, like, who is just very out there and capable, and you like being that way to the point where you might have been ignoring the more feminine side of your nature. And it's time to bring things back in balance, where the surrounding conditions, let's call it the weather, is really encouraging you to tap into the feminine, the raw, serious girl power, okay? And you've got enough of this going on already where it's almost like you can afford to dial it down a little bit when it comes to the more masculine aspects. Now, if you want to reinterpret this as a relationship reading or love or something like that, we'll have to do that later or something. I don't feel it here. I don't really, even though it looks like it could be, I'm not actually feeling that. So, about to do with your own internal energies, the positive and negative. Both strong energies, but it's the masculine expression in contrast with the feminine expression. But what is the challenge here? Oh, gosh, maybe it is a love reading. Oh, Karen, okay. Well, we've got a love card here. So I'm going to try and neutralize the reading and get away from the love and relationship aspect. And I'm going to say that the challenge is that being willing to love yourself. This is like, you might be the energy of, you might really enjoy kind of being out there in the world, doing important, cool stuff, whatever it is you do, however you live your life, whether you're a soccer mom or a PhD professor, or you're running a shop, or whatever it is that you do, or a healer or a teacher or a leader of some kind. and you love doing that, and you are respected and appreciated for that. But maybe it's time to like swap it out and dial it down a little bit and treat yourself in a much more loving manner. But that might be the challenge, because it might feel like stepping down from this much like energy and power would feel like it's demeaning or diminishing of yourself, where in fact it isn't at all. This is an indication with the Knight of Cups. It can indicate you don't have to be at war all day, every day, fighting and challenging the world, so to speak. You can to dial it back a little bit, give yourself some free time and allow yourself to bring home some love to yourself, like learn some ways how to pamper yourself. This is very much a card of pampering and enjoying being pampered, pampering yourself and allowing others to pamper you, enjoying perhaps some of the rewards and things in your life, instead of always having to be out there fighting and getting and achieving and leading, even if you're really good at it. Love yourself, okay? Come step back a little bit from the front lines and treat yourself and love yourself. But that's a problem, because you don't really want to do that. That shows a deliberate denial of self. Okay, so how are we going to turn this energy around so it's more helpful for you? Okay, you're going to admit that you have been betraying yourself in the most very, very subtle ways, and you didn't even know you're doing it. Okay, the Seven of Swords here can be interpreted a lot of different ways, but I'm feeling it right now as more like an energy card. You have very, very subtly and effectively been finding ways to deny yourself the love that you deserve, to treat yourself. You need to love yourself more, even more than you do already, even more than you're loving already. And it might sound weird, because you might be one of those women who's already very self-loving, and that's great, but you're being asked to take it up to a whole new level, because you deserve it. And the problem is, the way to deal with it is admit. It's very, very, very important to admit that you might have been negligent in denying yourself, and that's cool. That's all right. It's okay to do that, and be smart. In other words, you could also say, let's be smart about this, and maybe do it in a methodical manner. Let's say, you allow yourself, let's just say you find a way to trick yourself into allowing yourself to be more worthy of your own self-love. Okay, it's because you might be so, because you love being out here doing this kind of energy, brainwash yourself, deceive yourself, trick yourself into how to be really nice to yourself. And here's an example. If you're not used to being operating at this level and honoring yourself at this level of dignity and womanhood and femininity, here's what we can do. We can do a little tiny invocation, just like we do sometimes. I'm putting my hands out here as a cup, not of offering, but a cup of receiving, okay? And I'm pretending that, in fact, if you want to do it with me, Karen, you can. I'll say it twice. And you can say this as a little chant to yourself, okay? I, Karen. This is, pretend I am Karen, okay? I, Karen. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am open to receive. I am willing. I am able to receive. Okay? And that's how you're going to brainwash yourself. You say it over and over and over again. Pop songs that can't get out of your head. Okay? I am deserving. I am open to receive. I am ready. I am willing. I am able to receive. Okay? Do you get it, Karen? And what you are willing to receive is this cup of love. Self. Okay? You owe this to yourself. All right, Karen? Moving on, people. We're moving on. All right. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay, we're moving on, people. Let's have a look. So just wait for Karen. Hey, Flutterby! She flew in. Flutterby just flew in. All right, Karen, we're going to read, we're going to read for Laura now. Okay, Laura, you're up. Ivona. Oops, wrong pen here. Let's have a look. Laura. Okay, you're up, Laura. Here we go. Let's have a look. I need more water. All right, let's have a look. Oh gosh, I got people writing in on the channel, which has nothing to do with the show, and it's filling up my screen. I can't see anything. Hold on. Stay there, people. Stay there. Stay there, stay there, stay there, stay there. Stay there. Okay, I got you. Flutterby's in the house, people. Flutterby's in the house. Laura, you are up, and then it's Karen. Then it's Ivona. Okay. You said it, Sandra. I didn't say it. All energy is strange. It's just energy. Let's have a look. All right, we cut, and we're going to cut again, just for fun. Oh, you know why it might feel strange? It's because we got a different desktop tonight. I don't know. Maybe that's something to do with it. I don't know. I don't know. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to deal with it. Okay. Now, whoa, Laura, underneath we got the weather as the lovers here. So there's a very strong indication of kind of important decisions going on right now. You might be in the thick of it. You're having to make important life decisions, okay? Even if it includes relationships. Okay, so with the little Three of Pentacles here, I feel it's like a question. Is whether you are being perceived and valued, okay? Whether maybe someone or someone else is appreciating you or valuing you to your true worth. Now, if that's a question inside of you, and if that's a doubt inside of you, then it might be that you're having to make a decision, like, why would you be with people or a situation where you are not appreciated or valued? Okay? If they don't get you, if they don't understand you, if they don't value you, the true you, okay? Okay? So don't take it personally. In other words, it's really important that you value yourself from the inside out and be you, be the true you, love what you do what you love, and all that with the Three of Pentacles, that you do have gifts and talents that are worthy and can be appreciated, and like working in concert with others who do appreciate you. So if you're not being appreciated in your situation right now, it's important to make a decision to be with people who really do appreciate you. Okay, I hope that makes sense in some way or another, in some aspect of your life. Okay, so much trouble here, but that's what I was just saying what I felt here. Okay, here's the challenge though. Okay, maybe it's to do with a person where, well, no, I don't want to get into the people. I'm trying to avoid the energy of people here and treat it more like the energy of the self, and it's your reading, okay? So, I just saw that favorite. Laura is the bomb.com.org.net. I get it. Okay, let's have a look. So anyway, so Laura, with that Lover's card there, I feel obliged to call it out. There might be a significant other in your life who there are questions about what's going on here, and this might be a significant male person, for example. You are worthy, whether you're feeling worthy, and the question is, are they worthy of you? really important if we're talking about the energy of decisions here. Okay, so remember, it's all about you. How are we going to deal with this? If it's a question of worthiness, whether you are worthy of somebody or if somebody is worthy of you, that's a problem because we have issues of self-worth at the core. Okay, well, with this, the little Two of Wands, it's an indication that you might want to start looking beyond your current circumstances, okay? And that would include having to make some big decisions. So that could be very awkward. I would sugarcoat this in any way, Laura, but it feels to me that you've got some important decisions to make regarding a situation or a person where it would be helpful to be most appreciative and most loving of yourself in such a way that you understand your own self-worth and you're not self-worth according to other people's determination. And if you're not getting what you deserve, because you do deserve what you deserve, then it might be time to move on and think of new plans, new ways of being, looking forward to a different kind of future. Okay? Try to do it in a very, very neutral way. However you do those things, if you have to pray or meditate or, you know, whatever you do to make your decisions, how to deal with this situation, how to move on effectively. Okay, now you don't have to make the decision yet, okay, because the Two of Wands, it's like evaluating the situation, because once you make these decisions, it's kind of like an either or situation. You either this behind or either this, and you're going to leave that behind. You can't have both, okay? So, a tough reading for you. Okay, Laura, I hope you make something out of it and get something good, okay? Next. Ivona is next, people. All right, let's have a look. We're going to read on. We're going to read on. We're going to read on. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me read for you, Ivona, okay? It's just a little simple 3-card quickie. I'm going to try and keep it loose, all about the energy, as opposed to like you're going to win the lottery or you're going to talk to your pet, things like that. Oh, I've got some more stories coming up on story time, people, by the way. Thought you might want to know. Hopefully next week or the week after. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to deal with it. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Thank you, Mind Over. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look. Okay. Bammo! Ivona. Big changes happening, big shifts, irreversible changes. But that's normal right now with these eclipses, so don't freak out. Treat this as a gift. Treat this as a blessing, okay? Ivona, this is the Tower. It's probably one of the most scary cards in the deck. That way. From my perspective, as a reader who's very interested in energy healing in the broad sense, this is one of the most powerful healing cards because it's all about ripping away and everything that is redundant, obsolete, and that no longer serves you, so that we can start from scratch with a good clean slate, which is just almost like the perfect thing you could wish for right now. Okay? So don't be scared of the Tower, Ivona. What's the situation? Look at how many times tonight have we had the King of Wands. This has got to be number 3 or 4. Damn it, I don't want to turn this into relationships. Okay? Let's just treat this as energy. Let's just say we're dealing with your divine masculine, okay? This is about tapping into your raw power. This would be like having, like, building up the courage to, I don't want to do the relationship stuff. Okay. So I just want to cover it in case it's a relationship and it's imploding and it's falling apart. I don't know, maybe you're going to have to be in a situation where you're going to have to rise up and take power and own your own life and be in charge, okay? If it's nothing to do with the relationship, doesn't matter. Either way, it's an indication that it is time for you to step up into the masculine energy of yourself. You might be a very, very gentle, shy, quiet, retiring person, and you might not necessarily have been raised or taught or conditioned to really, really courage or the right to express yourself in your more masculine way. In other words, feeling like you have the right to do this, be this, have that. Way that is totally shameless, okay? Because we all deserve a good life some way, but a lot of it is to do with choices, because a lot of the times when we have really challenging situations, it's because of decisions that we've made over periods of years, especially in childhood, where a lot of decisions are made for us, and that's called conditioning, where you're starting to live a life where you're burdened with lots of conditions and subconscious behaviors and patterns and beliefs that might not be very healthy for you. And now we are being asked here in this reading for you, Ivona, and everything that is shitty and crappy in your life fall away. Just let it fall apart. Do not even attempt to hold on to any of it. And that'll allow this to come forward, where you might have a chance to tune into your own self-respect and dignity. But what's the challenge? Maybe you're just overwhelmed. This is the Ten of Wands. It can indicate a lot of overwhelm. It can indicate that you're just kind of sick and fed up of doing this. Maybe you're already doing the best you can in order to conduct your life honorably as an authority, as a good leader in your own world. But maybe you're wondering if it's worth it, or if will it ever actually pay off. Maybe you are, conducting yourself and honoring yourself this way, but no one else is getting it. Problem, maybe you just want to give it up and put it all down and just walk away. Understandable, okay? A lot of us do, especially if you have a lot of challenges and a lot of duties and responsibilities where everyone else is looking up to you to hold it all together. Okay? So yeah, this could feel like, not just annoying, but seriously heavy weight. Sorry, I'll be right back. I'm right here. Don't worry, Ivona. I'm right here. So, Ivona, how are we going to deal with this, okay? If you're feeling overwhelmed, burdened, what's happening here, and you feel it's almost like coming at you from out of the blue, and it's almost shocking and terrifying, losing your dignity, authority, or whatever. Maybe it's just feels like it's crushing and you're never going to ever make it. Because you're at the right channel, the right show, at the right place, at the right time, with the right reason, with the right people, and everything is exactly as it should be. Please believe that. And the way you're going to handle it and understand it is with the Star card. This is, okay, another repeat. It's the understanding and the deep, deep, deep knowing above and beyond trust or wishing or hoping or expecting. This is absolute knowing. Okay. Know this. This is how even if you don't feel it right now, we're going to do it on this tarot reading here right now. This is saying that the way to handle this, if you're feeling overwhelmed and crushed by a situation, and you might be losing all dignity and self-respect, and the whole freaking planet is falling apart, please understand it's meant to be. We're talking about cataclysmic changes here for a lot of people, even on a planetary level. this month, this new moon coming up, freaking playlist just for this little new moon coming up at the end of the month. It's a really, really important calendar date for the whole year. It's affecting everyone, okay? And for you, Ivona, it's a strong indication that just let it all fall apart. Whatever's falling apart, let it fall apart. It's not a big deal because that way. If thing is going to happen, whatever that is, you don't even have to know what it is yet. It means you're going to be very, very brave. You're going to trust in the great beyond, knowing that you are guided and you are protected. Are guided and you are protected. No matter what anyone else tells you, deep down, you are surrounded by angels. You might not even know it, but they are there. And they are guiding you and they are protecting you. All right? I do have a little song all about this. Maybe we could play that if you want, maybe later. You know what? Maybe we should do that. It is kind of a weird night. Maybe we should do that. I'll play a little bit of music. Sandra likes to have a lot of music in the show, and I tend to burn out on the readings. So why don't I take a little break? It's called I Am Guided. I've never played it before on the show. Let's just see if this works, okay? No, I don't see it here. I know it's in there somewhere, but it's not coming up on the computer properly. No, it's not working. Oh well, I don't know how to do that. It's too complicated. So forget that. So I'm going to leave it like this for now, and I'm going to move on. We're going to do some more readings. Maybe I should play a little song for you. Let's have a look. I want to do. Okay, this song is very hopeful. It's a very short song, so we don't have to take a lot of time. But I'm going to put it up here for you. Kind of for you, Ivona. It's all about knowing that everything's going to be okay. Message about the song, just knowing everything is going to be okay. All right, so we're going to play that for you. All right, Ivona? Oops, I don't want that. Sorry. This is a nice little song. I love playing this one. Through the ether. Laying up and around in our mountains, in our seas, in our forests, with all of our stones, exploring one another, pushing our boundaries. And you comfort me. Yes, it's a love song. And you tell me you worry about me. And you assure me that we're okay. Everything is gonna be okay. But you're holding my hand all the way. Our innocence is becoming so apparent. At the same time too. With your permission and our shared ambition, Get the chance to discover truth. In company only tell me, I can tell that you're worried about me. You're surely believe we're okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Holding my hand away. You're holding my hand away. My hand away. Holding my hand away. All right, I'm just going to leave it like that. I just wanted to play it for you, Ivona, up a little bit. So that's just my box of tissues because I cry a lot. I do a lot of readings, and sometimes they're very challenging, and I try to keep it together during the reading, but sometimes it gets very overwhelming. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for coming to the show tonight. I'm treating myself to a little beverage. So let's have a look. Let's get a little more serious here. Now, I can't remember. We had a lot of people show up. It went up to 60 at one point, and I can't keep up with that, obviously. Ivona feels special. Yay. So let's have a look. I'm going to spin the little ball. Where is it? I have the crystal here. Now, I'm going to read for Trina. Trina, you are up. Is Trina still here? Uh-oh. Achilles. Hi, Achilles. Is Trina in the house? I know you. Oh, Sandra. I'll send you a box of tissues if you send me a box of tissues. Are you in the house? Could you type it in if you're in the house? I'm going to read from Max. Max. Okay, we'll do Max. God, there's so many here. I don't know what to do. Trina? Hi, Trina. Hi, Trina. All right, here we go. Trina, you are up. See, sometimes people come in early and they leave early if they have to go to work or get up early, or they get tired or bored or fed up. So, you got lucky with the magic. All I do is I spin this thing really, really hard, and then I spin it until I'm fed up with it, and then it lands on the name, and wherever the pointer lands, that's the name I pick. And you're up. You are up. Oh man, I wish I could go river rafting. My God. I have a broken back, so it's very hard for me to do water sports anymore. I used to be a very avid sailor and water sports swimmer, but my body is now has extremely limited movement in those kind of ways. I can swim, but some of the things that I love to do are no longer available to me. Okay, we're going to read for Trina, then we're going to read for Max. Let's just get a few names lined up here so that we know. We're going to read for Max after Trina. And I need one more to keep me going. I need to keep the juices flowing. Sandra, did you see that? I can't remember the lady's name, but she said she put the whole show on her like big screen TV on the wall, and she turned the sound up so it fills her living room. It's crazy. From what the Tarot Illumination channel tells me, there's all this homework that I have to do every day to keep the channel going. And what it tells me is that most people watch this show on their smartphone with some headphones. So the whole idea that someone's watching this on a big screen, it just blows me away. Totally blows me away. I can't imagine. Well, I can. It's kind of cool. All right, people. Yes, it's true. We're at the we're getting into the later part of the show now, where things can get a little weird and wobbly. I have started treating myself to a beverage. Thank you very much. I probably shouldn't do it. I should probably just tell people it's cranberry juice. But we know what it is, really. All right, here we go. All right, Trina, you're up. This is a public forum, and so I'm going to try and keep the energy loose and wide and open. I don't want to get into the really deep. We could, but I don't want to do it on this show. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. Okay, Trina? Supporting weather in the background is like, watch out. Okay, you got the Five of Swords here. So it's very, very easy. All this is saying is just like, this is just like an indication that the weather conditions can be very, very, very awkward right now. It could be very, very easy to get yourself into trouble just with a few misplaced words here or there. Like, especially with all the retrogrades, and Mercury retrograde just started today or yesterday. And we've got Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto all retrograde. So that's 5 freaking planets retrograde all at the same time. Okay? So it's an indication, Trina, be very, very careful. It's a lot of the energy of hurry up and wait. Hurry up, but wait. Be very cautious about what you say, why you say it, where you say it, when you say it, who you say it to. Okay? And be very, 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 very cautious about how you listen to others as well, so that you don't jump to any conclusions or anything like that. Be very, very careful, period. Okay? That's the situation. Queen of Wands. We're getting so many queens and kings and wands. What's going on? So Trina, the Queen of Wands, this to me indicates that, well, this would be your natural state of being, okay? Just naturally being, let's say, honorable to yourself, being someone who actually really loves getting out there, being with her tribe, her people, her populace, her empire, her world. In other words, if shit needs to get done, you're out there doing it, living by example, and then because people respect that, they're happy to get behind you. Okay, it's like your people love you, and because you're brave and courageous and you like to get out there. Now, if you're not feeling that, this would be an indication that this could be something that is attainable, but be very, very, very careful about how you exercise your power right now, because the indications are that you're in a very, very like the situation is very, very, you know, like one of those storm conditions where the wind is blowing from here, the rain's coming from there, there's sunlight over there, and there's a rainbow over there. This way. I mean, it's that kind of energy. It's all over the place, and it's very easy to like make wrong time for the wrong reasons. So be very careful how you conduct yourself. You know, how you lead yourself, how you lead your people, how you wear your crown, how you wear the robe. Because if your normal way of being is to be very inspiring and leader type of person in your world, your environment, all I'm feeling is that it's almost like all eyes are on you. And if you're one of those people where everyone looks to you when things get tough, it means that you have a lot of responsibilities, okay, to hold up to that, to hold yourself to this dignity, this standard ever more than before. Its own right. And we haven't even got to the challenge card yet. But we have, oh my gosh. Okay, look at these repeat cards. It's crazy, people. It drives me nuts. As you can say, oh, wow, it's so cool to have all this synchronicity. But from my perspective as your reader, it's extremely annoying because it feels like I'm not giving you, each of you, your individual readings. It feels like the energy of the room, the whole Tarot Illumination Sunday Night Live show, is dominated by a superior energy. You know, in other words, I'm just a tarot reader, and my hands are just pulling out cards, but there's a whole other big thing going on, and I have to honor that big thing, no matter how carefully and astutely I shuffle the cards. So you can see the energies here, okay? I want to try and keep it simple. Female energy, masculine energy, high levels of dignity, high levels of capability, high levels of responsibility, highest levels of being in terms of self. So I don't want to turn this into a relationship reading. It looks like you could, like, oh, maybe there's a conflict going on between yourself and a significant other. Okay, maybe it's the female side versus the male side, and that's a problem. But, you know, you can reinterpret this however you want as well. But what I'm feeling is that in some way, there's a very, very deep inner conflict in yourself, okay, which is relating back to this energy of conflict. And this is the energy of futile conflict. It's just like fighting for the sake of it, where you don't even remember why you're fighting anymore. In other words, well, you punched me, so I'm going to punch you. And the other one says, well, screw you, I'm going to punch you because you punched me. But you don't even remember how or why it started. It's just stupid. I'd be in one of those situations where you are at war with yourself, but you can't even remember why anymore. And that's a big problem because it means you're dissipating huge amounts of energy for no good reason. It's like disempowering yourself or allowing yourself to be disempowered by yourself. Stupid. I don't want to judge you, Trina, but it's very, very, it's like, it could be like, you know, like when you get a cat fight or a dog fight and they're going, actually getting in there to stop the fight. You are the one. If you combine these two energies and turn it into one individual, that's you. Your divine feminine, your divine masculine. What we are doing here in this reading, Trina, is asking you from a self. In other words, if you're watching a dog fight or a cat fight, and that's you, you're going to have to go in there and rip yourself apart from yourself to stop the fighting, because it's a waste of time and energy. You're just hurting yourself. How are we going to do that? Okay? Self. This is about, so it's almost like the way to handle it is to, very strange in this reading, but to cut yourself off from yourself, isolate yourself, and tune into your like soul energy, as opposed to like this energy, because this is extremely strong energy. This is almost like the ego versus the ego, or the self versus the ego, or the ego versus the self. And it's all there in 3 dimensions. And what we're being asked here, invited to do, Trina, is to go deep within, tune into spirit energy. Deep into spirit energy, which is very different from any of this, especially if there's a lot of internal or external conflict going on. It's very, very important that you remove yourself, the fight. You responsibility now to remove yourself from the fight and recalibrate yourself, reclaim your dignity, your sovereignty of self here. This is a very, very private, solitary card that contains all of you and all of your energy in all the most spiritual aspects of yourself. But it also is asking you to go in there and understand and look at it and see it and honor it and respect that, okay? Letting yourself get swept away by your own, let's say, passions, okay? It's time. It's basically the reading is saying, cut it out, cut it out, cut it out. It's time to go deep into a meditative state and understand what the heck is going on. Why am I in these conflicted situations? But that's a whole other reading, okay? All right, Trina, I hope that helps. Max, you're up. Sorry, I hope I didn't, like, you know, step on any toes or hurt your feelings or offend you in any way. I don't mean to do that, but I have to honor the reading as I feel it and as I see it, okay? Up. Max is up. All right, here we go. Let's have a look. All right, Max, here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Truly, you know, Sandra, what you just said, embrace it. I feel the hermit lives inside me. That is so good, Sandra. Thank you. Embrace it. That is really good advice. Thank you, Sandra. Anybody who wants to chip in and help anybody else on understanding their readings, that really helps me too, because there's only so much that I can do. If somebody has a real powerful flash of inspiration, what it really, really means for the other person, please, please, please jump in there, put it on the screen, and make sure they hear about it, okay? It really, really helps. Okay? I know it's getting late, people. On the East Coast, it's getting very, very late for the United States. I don't know who else is watching, maybe from Alaska, or I know David's in Alaska, so it's not too bad. It's to the European crowd, and I haven't had the energy yet to do any of the Wednesday night lives for Europe, because it means I have to get up early and plan the show well in advance. And I've only done it a few times. But one day I hope to be in a strong enough situation where I can do Wednesday Night Live Europe. All right, Max, you're up. I don't do flyers and jumpers, sorry, but that's an indication that we're in for a choppy reading, just so that you know. All right, we'll see what we can do for you. All right, Max? Let's have a look. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to deal with it. All right, let's have a look. What's going on? We've got the little Two of Cups here. This is a very, very beautiful card. It might be that you're in the right place at the right time for the right reasons, but you don't even know it. Sometimes this energy is so sublime, so beautiful, so hard to lock down. It's the Two of Cups. It's almost like the energy of pure love. Understand it. It doesn't, you don't have to do any of that. It's pure, pure, pure. And it can be very innocent. It can be the love between yourself, a spouse, a partner, a mate, a dear friend, a loved one, a family member, a pet. It's just very, very pure. A child, a parent and a child, a sibling. People are dear, dear friends who love each other. And this would be a chosen love, where it's very much appreciated and valued on both sides. It's very beautiful energy. And this little card is an indication that you have that surrounding you right now, whether you know it or not. So that's very handy. However, you might feel overwhelmed for whatever reason. I don't know, Max, if you're just in a point where your life is just like, it's just like, I don't know. Sometimes it's almost like the card of I can't go on anymore. You know, you can just have to look at the image, you know, just for that alone. But it can also indicate, Max, that you have put yourself in this position, okay? Or meant it or not, you might have been conducting your life in such a way where you've just been piling it on more and more and more, doing the right thing at the right place, you know, for the right reasons, with all the passion and everything you've got. Somehow or other, there's this energy of feeling crushed or overwhelmed. But you have to remember, you get there by your own actions, your own decisions. And that could have happened from seeds you have planted long ago. And it's turning into this situation now. In other words, even though you might be surrounded and have this opportunity, this situation of a loving environment, a loving situation, have a chance to manifest because you might be so like burdened and weighed down with other things. If it's a relationship situation, you might be so bogged down in existing circumstances that it's very hard to tap into the Two of Cups energy. It might be feeling that you're not worthy of it, and you might feel it is awesome, it has all the potential, but you're questioning it, and I just want to give up. Because it's like, what's the chance? What's the chance of anybody ever actually really enjoying or having the Two of Cups? It's so rare to have that. For real, that people just give up. They say, oh, it's just in the movies. Forget it. It's not for me. I'll never have a chance. So anyway, let's have a look. What's the challenge? So many wands cards tonight, people. I don't know what it means. It's all about the fire, the energy, the passion. Maybe it's to do with all this Leo energy right now. It's very, very strong. I was looking at the charts early today to check the weather for tonight. They're a very, very powerful alignment of that big fat fire trine. I'm just going to take a moment here, Max. Stay there. Don't go away. So we had the full moon recently. Okay, we're now over here already at the 12th. But just look at this, Max. This big, big fat fire trine right now. It's a huge amount of firepower energy, okay? Maybe that's why we're getting all these wands. We have a very, very challenging, we have some other challenging aspects. And we just came out of this eclipse here, okay? Air energy. And we just did all these reports for all 12 signs about the Leo North Node and the Leo New Moon coming up. Do you see all this fire energy? All these big fat triangles. It's to do with the fire energy right now. It's so strong. Even though we've got some other very, very crushing, very challenging aspects, the fire energy is very strong, and we're being impelled to take note, pay attention. So I'm thinking maybe that's why we're getting so many wands, but it might be an indication here that, Max, you might be realizing that you've put yourself in a jam, and the challenge is admitting it, because this is the Three of Wands, seeing your, you know, what's that cliche, the seeing your ships coming in. You might be realizing that, oh, my ships are coming in, and maybe these aren't ships that you actually wanted. Something, and it's turning out to be not quite what you think it is, and you realize, oh my God, I actually made this happen. And that's the problem, understanding that sometimes we work ourselves into a bind or into a situation where we start putting so much energy into expectations that it becomes a self-fulfilling thing where even with your best of intentions, you might not have been aware that you were planting seeds for your own demise. And that's a serious problem, because it's so easy to do, even if you mean well, because you might have been, you know, carrying the energies of preconditioning that eventually trip you up. So the challenge would be here, accepting that you might have created your own demise on seeing things unfold. That's a problem, because then it's just like, well, if the momentum's already set up and I'm seeing things happen that may not be to my liking, that's a problem. So how are we going to deal with it? Because you do have a life, and you have the right to make decisions as you move on, especially coming up with this eclipse energy. Big stuff is going to change regardless. Okay, so with the Six of Pentacles here, I see this more to do with like an attitude thing, about realizing that you might have undervalued yourself or mistreated yourself in a way where you might have been very, very giving, very good at receiving, okay? And this would be, this isn't a love card per se, but it's about the understanding of the energy, the understanding that, you know, what you put out there comes back at you eventually. If you sow seeds of violence, they will come back to you. If you sow seeds of love, that will eventually sprout and come back to you. You obviously are used to conducting your life with great passion and great intention, great sense of mission, but you might have planted seeds that are coming back to you in ways that were not expected. And so with the six of discs here, it might be like the Two of Cups here, okay, Max, because of the Two of Cups, we have to allow that we might be dealing with very profound love energy in some way, some aspect here. And it might be just to do with yourself, okay? But it might be very, very good that you're really, really putting out a lot of passion, energy, and drive into the world, but not realizing that, you know, that's not all there is to life, that there is more to life. And yeah, you might see things you where you might have been an expert of just like putting it out there, you know, but you might not be very good at receiving because you might not understand the process of giving, receiving, or attraction, or like certain laws of physics. And especially if it comes to love, be loving, be loved. Be loving, be loved. Like if you have been, you know, honoring that kind of energy, then you could end up in a situation where it's not working out for you. So, or in order for it to work out, to recalibrate this so you can bring things back into balance so that generosity becomes dominant instead of just passion and pushing and wanting and getting and having and doing. It's much more about giving and receiving. In other words, if you want love, if you want true love, the real thing, be very, very loving in all your actions, your words, your deeds, everything, your mission, your purpose. Be loving. And guess what happens? Be loved. Be loving, be loved. You are loving, you are loved. You are loving, you are loved. Okay? We can all do that, you know? We are loving, we are loved. And you can even say that to yourself. You can, like, self in a sort of like brainwash thing. I am loving. I am loved. I am loved. When I do this to myself, I'm just going to do this little thing that I do, Max. I'm just going to show you. You might think it's kind of weird, but this is what I do every night and every morning. I take my arms and I take my hands. And I haven't seen this. I mean, I've studied a lot about this stuff. You have to understand, Max, it's going to sound weird. It's yoga training and hands-on healing training and things, all stuff like that, and mudras and chant, all that kind of stuff, all right? And I don't have any funny robes, and I'm not part of a cult or anything, but I do a lot of self-healing work. And here's one little thing that I do. Typically, I'm lying down or sitting comfortably, and I take my arms like this. And it's a very, very gentle thing. And I chant it over to myself, and I pet myself like a little animal or something. A pet that I've ever had, and I go like that. When I start like that, and very gently I tell myself, I am loving. I am loved. I am loving. I am loved. I am loving. I am loving. I am loved. And when I hold my hands together like that, it's a very, very gentle touch. It's like the hand of a parent on a little baby. And it's very gentle. It's very caring. It's all about you loving yourself, being very, very kind to yourself. I love myself. I really do love myself. I'm kind to myself. I cherish myself. I'm a very loving person. I am loving and I am loved. I love others and others love me. Okay? And I do it over and over again and I brainwash myself. Okay? That's all I'm suggesting here, is to bring this back into balance. Okay, so I hope that helps, Max. I didn't want to tell you what to do or how to do it, but it's very, very important with this little tiny card here to energy of highest frequencies of love, okay? Loving yourself first, loving others. We could write a whole book on this, okay? But that's another day, okay? Yeah, yeah, exactly, mind over, exactly what you're saying. It's love yourself like a little child. Really, really nurture yourself right now. It's very, very important with these energies, because the energies right now in the planets, like today, for example, we had almost an exactly perfect fat freaking kite. Simultaneously, we had a monster T-square with Jupiter in Libra right in the middle, and Venus over there, and Pluto and Capricorn over there. It was really, really tough, with a very strong Libra, Aries, Capricorn, Cancer dynamic. They would have felt it right now because it's still here. Simultaneously, we had a big fat mystic rectangle. It looks beautiful on the chart, but it actually can be very, very challenging. Yes, you have these beautiful trines and sextiles supporting each other, but right at the core, you have these massive, excuse me, it's hard to do that on a screen, but understanding how to handle all that energy at once. And then on top of that, you have the big fat fire trine. Jeez. I mean, it's no wonder people are freaking out, people, but there are so many like YouTube video channels about, like, you know, things like ascending and higher, going to higher consciousness, and what's going to happen when we all reach that point where we kind of implode and explode together and shoot up in a big magic ball of light to heaven, and when is the end of the world, you know. I notice these things. I don't pay a lot of attention because I got enough work to do here with Terra Lumination, and I understand what they're talking about, but I don't like to give away my power to the understanding that there's these beings out there that, I mean, I have angels in my life and stuff, but that's as far as I go. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit off subject here, Max. I just wanted to give you a kind of little tip how to deal with this situation. All right, we're going to keep going, people. I'm going to spin for a new name. Hold on, I'm going to go to the other page. Malieka, are you here? Malieka? Is there a Malieka in the house? There's no. Okay, so what is it? Oh gosh, hold on. Let's have a look. I'm checking the screen, people, on the chat section to see who's around, because so okay. Anyway, let's see it. I'm sort of at this point where I'm getting kind of dizzy actually trying to look at the screen and read at the same time. I can't really do it. Kevin, you're new? Okay. Wait a minute, I just saw somebody screaming for a reading. There, stay there. Stay there, people. Don't go away. I'm gonna read for Tiffany. Where's Tiffany? know Tiffany's here because I just see you on the screen, but there you are. Now, okay, people, Tiffany's up. All right, let's have a look. See, I mean, there's still 30 people in the house. My God, it's really late. Okay, we just read for Trina. Okay, so we're moving on. We've done a fair number of readings. You know, we're kind of ticking along, but you can see it. There's no way I'm going to get to everybody. Not even close. Let's have a look. Now, I know there's a couple of you who've been here quite a lot of times, but you've never had a reading. Is that Dalet? Gosh, I'm sorry. I was getting all absorbed. I gotta click the screen. Sorry, my screen is like. Oh God, my screen got on the chat got all frozen. No wonder I lost. All right, let's have a look here. That's brilliant. Thank you, Sandra. What was that, Giovanni? No, wait a minute. I just missed one. Hold on. I just saw someone like that. I know I should do a reading. Dusto. Your reading. So I've never done one, and you've been here quite a few times. Okay, so I'm going to do Tiffany. And we're going to do Dusto. Hazewski. I'm going to pick one more while we're here doing this. Oh, if you got to go, Elizabeth, that's okay. We'll do it another time, all right? Hold on. Stay there, people. I'm going to mess around with this computer. See what. Oh, gosh. Okay. All right. I'm going to pull one more. All right, let's have a look. Bear with me, people. Bear with me. Hang in there. Oh, thanks, Sandra. That really helps. Yeah, I'm going to take a moment here. I'm going to let the screen play around. Reading. Who really feels they need one, they deserve one. If you've been here quite a few times, but you've never had a reading, that would be okay. Because I've got so many names here, I don't really know what to do. I could spin forever, but I know I'm going to disappoint somebody. You've never had a reading ever? Huh. You never had a reading. That's freaky. Where's your name? Oh, there you are. Okay. We'll do it just to show you that it can be done. Oh. You know what? Early. And you stayed all this time, we're going to do you as well, okay? So we're going to do Tiffany, Joanne, Allson. And that's as far as we're going to go for now. We'll see how we get along with all of that, okay? That's still a lot of readings. I don't know if I'll even make it that far. I mean, it's already getting pretty late here, folks. Let's see. We'll do what we can. We'll do what we can. I know what you're doing, Sandra. Oh, looks like somebody's got to go. Thank you for helping out. It's really fantastic. All right, here we go, Tiffany. This one's for you. Weird cut. But hey, it's a weird show. So what do you expect? Okay, here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to deal with it. Demo. So what the heck is on your mind, Tiffany? It's an indication that there's, like, you're in a really good place to do what has to be done. Say a lot, do a lot, be a lot, okay? And freaking go for it. Somebody is not nudging you on the shoulder. Maybe you have a very active life, and they're saying, Tiffany, for God's sake, just freaking go for it. All right? What's the situation? Well, maybe you're used to doing things in a very methodical, gentle kind of way. With the Knight of Pentacles here, maybe there's an offer coming to you, or maybe you would like to make an offer to someone or something, or maybe you have a lot to bring to the world. And you might like own this kind of energy. This is the Knight of Pentacles, good, solid, steady, rock solid energy where, you know, there's no messing around here. This is kind of like assured, it's safety, it's security. But but with this like surrounding weather here of the Eight of Wands is an indication that okay, it might be okay if you want to express yourself a little bit more vividly than you might be normally used to doing. Okay, so what's the problem? What's the challenge with all that? Look, okay, he's I can't help it. I just this how many times has this card shown up tonight? Hold on. Cycle people in my neighborhood. So here in the challenge position, it's like, oh, it's almost like being scared whether you can handle it all. Okay, like you might be, and you might be getting urging and prompting. Let's say you have angels talking in your ear and little fairies like nudging you, and you've got friends and family and whatever it is, and everything in your environment is saying, Tiffany, freaking go for it. It's time, you know? And then there's you like, well, I am. I'm already going for it. Thank you very much. And I have all that. And the challenge is it might feel as though like, can I possibly offer any more or do any more than I am already? I mean, I'm already kind of like pretty awesome, doing a good job here. Step it up. That's a problem because you might actually be feeling, frankly, I need a break. I seriously need to put this stuff down. I can't take it anymore. So that's very contradictory kind of energy. That's what I'm feeling here, Tiffany, which could lead to you feeling kind of confused. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to conduct myself in an honorable, respectable, effective manner that works? The challenge is that, frankly, I feel a bit overwhelmed already, being encouraged to go for it. This is a problem. How are we going to deal with that? Oh, well, if this is a love matter, we have the little Page of Cups here. be, I don't know if this is a love situation or just a question of self-love situation kind of energy, but it might be an indication that you're just being a little bit too hard on yourself. You might be very, very good at being very, very effective in very methodical, effective ways, but it's not leaving you much room for self-love. And so you end up in this battle between yourself where, like, can't take it anymore. And then there's this other part of me which is like, I really need to express myself. I really need to go for it. And it might indicate that deep down, there's a lot of stuff inside of you that needs to be expressed, allowed. You're not allowing it to happen because you might be consumed with work or a sense of obligations and duties, responsibilities, and instead of treating yourself. And that might indicate a degree of, let's say, naivety or innocence when it comes to the energy of self-love. You might not be used to it at all. You might have been born and raised in order to be a very hardworking person, and that's your whole freaking life. That's the ultimate, that's the code of life, living honorably, doing your duty, doing the work that has to be done. But what about love? Okay? It's absent. Here, the way to handle this situation, if you are conflicted, Tiffany, deep down inside, about what is going on, if it is to do with your love life, it happen if you're not even loving yourself, you're hardly paying any attention to yourself. So the indication here with the Page of Cups for you, nicely, being a bit more loving of yourself, being willing to receive love, give love, and offer love, gentle, very elementary ways to begin. Okay, we can go back to this kind of energy, like, I am loved, but maybe it's something that needs to be practiced because you may not have ever been raised in that kind of environment or taught that or ever even felt it. And so maybe it's time. Maybe it's time for you to be loving and be loved. Be loved and treat it almost like a form of you've never actually probably done before, in the way that that actually works, in a way that's true and genuine and effective. It's almost like you don't have to worry about this, and you can give up the fight between yourself and yourself to experience love. Maybe it's all out there for you, and it's time for you to express love, receive passion, even if there's a high degree of innocence. We got to start somewhere, okay? And then you practice, and then you practice, and you practice. And then if it means, being able to, like, communicate and understand and function better in that love energy, means having to go on a learning experience, allow yourself to do that. We all eventually have to go through that at some point, and maybe this is your time now. It's your time in life for this to happen. I hope this makes sense for you, Tiffany, in some way, somehow. This is very much a sweet, sweet card for you, so don't worry about this. Here's a little invocation. Okay, we'll just do this as a little invocation. I'm going to put these other cards away. Okay, just like this, and just like this. I'm going to put this aside. A little invocation, it's for you. Okay, but it's for everybody, all right? But I think I might put a little candle for this. It's just a little quickie here, okay? Don't be freaked out, people. Don't be freaked out. Okay, I think that was for Tiffany I just read. So pretend this is for everybody. But this is really for you, Tiffany. And pretend I'm you, okay? You can say this along with me, but if you don't know it, it doesn't matter. You can say it later. You can watch the recording later. is one of these little things. I do it for myself every day. Okay? Whether it's in the morning or the evening or in the middle of the day, if I'm walking down the street and I have to mutter it to myself, this is what I do. And this is an asking, okay? And there's no shame in asking. All the angels are out there waiting. They are literally waiting, like, when are these human beings going to be humble enough to ask us for help? Because that's why we're here. So this little thing that I say, it goes like this. And pretend this is you speaking, okay, Karen? God, I forgot your name, sorry. Dan, please forgive me, but this is for you, the last reading. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my body from up above. The healing power of love to fill my mind from up above. The healing power of love to fill my heart from up above. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my soul from up above. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my relationships from up above. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my loved ones from up above. I ask for the healing power of love from up above. And I ask for the healing power of love to fill my life from up above. It is spoken, so it is done. And say it again the next day or later in the day. And very, very gently, you'll start to notice a difference. It's true. The card is about, okay? Much. I hope that helps. I read for Dosto now. Dostoevsky, famous Russian writer. Serious, Dosto? Seriously? Wow, that's freaky. That's freaky synchronicity. God. That's weird. Thank you for putting that on the screen. Tinian, wow. Hey. I'm going to have another sip. Thank you very much. I try to follow my own advice. And then the reason I have to do so much health self-healing on myself is because I discovered over the years that I'm one of the world's experts at self-defeating behavior, ways to heal myself. And anyway, we'll talk about that at another time. I wrote a little book about it. And we're going to hear about that one day eventually. Okay, what we can do a little prayer for Whimsy. Actually, Whimsy, we're just going to do a little tiny quickie for you right now. It's going to be a very short, quick prayer, Whimsy, but we're going to take advantage of the situation here, okay? So hold on a second, Dusto. Okay, we're just going to do a little quickie here. This is for Whimsy. I have to say, you're a very unique person, visiting the show and being such a supporter from very early on. Really appreciate you coming here, being here. Of course, I don't know you personally, but I have enjoyed some of your own materials and videos and things. And I understand you have been dealing with tremendous challenges. All of us, we can take advantage of the group situation and just kind of all hold hands, pretend we're around a big fat campfire and marshmallows and popcorn and soda and beer and whiskey and whatever it is you got in your secret flask. I'm going to keep the Whimsy simple. I don't want to get into the details because you know what they are. All we're going to do is take advantage of the situation and say, dear folks, dear everybody here at Tarot Illumination Sunday Night Live tonight, we're asking that we all together, literally like a group hug, big group holding hands, and we send all the love that we have. Oh shit. Excuse me, sorry, I'm having a little moment here. This was impromptu, this was not planned. I'm asking for everybody to just pitch in and send Whimsy the love that she needs, the energy that she needs to get through the challenges that she has, okay? Why did things to me earlier, and I know it's a challenge. So this for Whimsy, we can do this for ourselves and each other at another time on another show. So please, Whimsy, just please accept the love here from the group healing tonight. And all we're doing here is we're not going into the details. We're just saying, please, dear heavenly angels, right, sharing the show with us, so angels and all the big ones that are there for all of us all the time. We're asking you to support Whimsy through her challenges right now, okay? Whatever they may be. And the love will find exactly the right place to go, the right reasons at the right time to do whatever has to be done. And you will feel it in your life, Whimsy, little tiny little bits at a time, okay? Go on for a long time, but you will feel it, okay? I was asking everybody to pitch in because that's kind of what we do here, but I'm actually kind of calling you guys out tonight. It's almost like that's kind of where Tarot Illumination is going anyway. We're trying to tune into like mass group healing energy, and so why not? You know, Whimsy needs help. She asked. She had the courage and the humility to ask. Okay. I'm sorry about my little. Oh, excuse me. Hold on. Oh, all right, Whimsy. I hope that helps. Okay, let's move on, people. See, Sandra's got it. Sandra kind of knows what to do and how to do it. So trust what Sandra is telling you, all right? Sandra is like some kind of power chick. She seems to know an awful lot about what to do and how to do it, the right time at the right place for the right reasons. So that's pretty awesome. I can't remember if we shuffled and cut already, so I'm just starting again. Awesome. Okay. She's got it too. She gets it. Thank you. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Mind Over. Ultra high powered this stuff when you really tap into it, the real deal, the real thing. The church, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to attend massive, you know, $600, $1,000 seminars. We can do it right here. You know, with the new channel, we're going to have like maybe $1 a month subscription. We're going to have. So the channel, Tarot Illumination, can be self-sustaining. It's not a charity operation anymore. And we still get the chance to do mass group energy healing. Isn't that awesome? And it's fun. Let's go. All right, Duster, you're up. You're up. Here we go. Let's have a look. Take a breath. Out with the old. In with the new. Out with the old. In with the new. Out with the old. In with the new. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. Here's the situation, here's the challenge, here's how we're going to deal with it. Okay, Duster? Sorry, cards are upside down. Oops. Doopy-doopy-doo. Doopy-doopy-doo. So, Duster, you've got the little Three of Swords here. Don't be scared. But, you know, it's a scary card anyway. So let's just admit it. Somehow or other, in some manner, you might be hurting at the heart But remember, this is a swords card. It's all in the mind. A lot of it's in the mind. So it might have been as a result of the typical things in love, which is usually treachery, lies, betrayal, deception, cheating, absence of love, withdrawal of love, rejection, all of that kind of stuff. It can also indicate the energy of a highly dysfunctional triangle, indicate that there are two parties involved where there is deep internal emotional conflict of the heart. It can't be resolved on its own between the two of you, so you might need to get third-party intervention, kind of like what we're doing right now, Dosto. In other words, like reading is kind of like a very appropriate thing for the Three of Swords, because it's like perspective. It's not you, it's not the other. Let's get some perspective from a neutral party, like Tarot Illumination. All right, what's the situation? Okay, more swords. Dosto, you might be in a situation that is lose-lose. Might be like earlier, more synchronicity, people. It might be you're in a situation where you're kind of in a cat fight or a dog fight where you've lost track in a state of conflict. And conflict breeds conflict, and that's the problem. If you're constantly responding to conflict with more conflict, all that's happening is you're making the situation worse and worse and worse. So somebody somewhere has to take the very, very, very hard stance of saying enough is enough and removing themselves from the conflict, even if it means feeling like you're going to lose. I called it out like that, Dosto, but that's how I'm feeling it. So what's the challenge? Question of balance. You might feel as though you might be getting really screwed over. In a healthy situation, there would be a very, very strong evidence of giving and receiving, very strong energy of balance where you are highly appreciated and the others. You are loving and you are loved, not just in romantic or loving, wooey spiritual terms. We're talking about intangible terms where love is as love does. Okay, in other words, louder than words. And if you've been in a way, there's a lot of where there's like maybe verbal abuse or verbal conflict, mental abuse or emotional abuse or conflict, and it's just going nowhere, that's a problem. The challenge is finding balance, and that's much more to do with actions, tangible actions that have value and meaning. In other words, it's not just saying things like loved. Okay, don't you get it? Huh? I am loving, I'm loved. No, it's much more about actually being loving in such a way that it means, and sometimes being loving means extending oneself beyond one's own existing comfort levels, all in order for the purpose to achieve spiritual healing for oneself and the other. Okay? And that sounds like a mouthful. The same energy as a parent, where you have a child and you deeply love your child, you're somebody or something, and it's not about like just hugging and kissing all the time. It's much more to do with like, well, it means I have to invest time with you. It means I have to stay up late and read a bedtime story with you or something. Or if you have a loved one who's deeply in need right now, it might indicate you might have to go out of your way to extend love and care and attention towards a loved one. Or maybe you are the one who's really deserving of love right now, but you're not getting it because someone else is not being, they're not extending themselves towards you. In other words, so things are really out of balance, and that's a real problem. I'm coming from the idea and the concept that love is as love does, where you take the energy and the concepts of love, and it's not just something you read out of a book or watch on a tarot channel. It's action. In action, love is as love does. And it's very, very reciprocal. It's very, very generous, and there's a lot of giving and a lot of receiving, okay? But that seems to be the challenge here, because it might be that you're just totally embroiled in combat. You function healthily, and when you're in combat, you have to separate the battles have to stop. So how do you do that so you can get back into balance? Okay. Whether it matters who's at fault in the situation, if you're in a conflicted situation, Dusto, okay, and there's a lot of, when it comes to a broken heart, it might be that the most dignified and honorable thing to do, quits, somebody somewhere, have the strength and the dignity and the maturity. Very, very mature card. It's the card of an energy that fully understands how life works, how matter works, how physics works, how the laws of attraction works, how the laws of the universe work effectively in action, loving in action. So with the King of Pentacles, it might indicate that the most loving thing to do is take charge of the situation, take responsibility. Here, very noble and kind and generous in such a way that the most kind and loving and generous thing to do may be to remove yourself from the situation and then see what happens, and then find a way to bring harmony and balance and restore the balance. But that's not going to happen unless somebody takes charge, hands up, and does the honorable thing, okay, as the King of Pentacles would do in this situation. Okay, Dosto, I'm sorry I had to sound like I was very tough reading to give to you, but that's just, sorry. Okay? Please don't take offense. Hope I didn't hurt your feelings. I'm sorry. All right, Joanne, you're up. Oh gosh, all these other, somebody's watching the actual channel itself. Stuff. It's filling up the screens over here on the computer. The computer's way over there. It fills up everything on the chat side, so I can't see the chat. All right, so good. I'm glad I didn't hurt your feelings or anything, Dusto. All right. Sorry about that. Joanne, you're up. Okay. All right, Joanne, let's have a look. Let's see what's going on here. Tarot party. We're here to have fun. I don't want to get all heavy and serious. We've had some pretty serious readings here tonight, and I kind of got a little bit tearful myself at a couple of moments, but we're still hanging in. We're still holding on. We've got a box of tissue at hand. Don't you worry. I'm going to poop out pretty early tonight. It's only 10 o'clock. Sometimes we go on till 11, or we've even done a 5-hour marathon. But I'm just letting you know, people, I can't handle that tonight. I really got to take care of myself a little bit. We got a bunch of readings coming up next week, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of fun. So, you know, we all have private lives too, okay? And I need to respect that. It's getting also very late for a lot of you guys too. So Joanne, so this one's for you. We're going to get stiff tonight. They're not going to get their readings. And that's just how it is, because they've only got 2 hands. Mona just arrived. It's probably like 6 o'clock in the morning over there in Norway. Hi, Mona. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And any Tarot Lumination Wednesday night live for Europe. Sometime down the road, we'll get there, okay? Pilikoa. Wait a minute. I just want to put you on the screen here just for Pilikoa. So that's you, Pilikoa, if you just arrived. It's very, very late. Thank you, Empress. Thank you for getting me off the hook and putting it on the screen so I don't have to, like, thank you so much. All right, Joanne, this is the last pass of the cards. Cut. Here we go. I'm going to do a really, really extreme cut. Just see if we can break up the synchronicity. We'll see. situation, challenge, how we're going to handle it. Way early in the evening, Queen of Swords here. Some people call it the divorce card. I like to think of it as the no effing bullshit anymore card. This is an indication that, let's just say you are used to being surrounded by angels and it's just your regular day-to-day life. They are sending you a very clear message that it's set aside the bullshit. This is no bullshit, no more bullshit going on in your life anymore, Joanne. We're going to cut to the truth here, and anything that is not good, wholesome, and true, with it. What's the situation? It might be to do with your own energy here. Let's say you're in kind of a dramatic, exciting opportunity kind of situation here where you might be clouded by the energies of passion, the passions of another, okay? All I'm feeling here is be extremely careful, Joanne, because things might be very, very exciting, seem like wonderful opportunities. However, like we need to account for this first card in that do not be swayed by passion, okay? Be very, very alert. Be extremely careful. Make sure that your bullshit meter is turned up to maximum, okay? Because you cannot afford to be a victim, all right, Joanne? It might be that you have great desires, great passions, and that you want to express these in the world. It might be that this feels like the right time. It might feel like the perfect time for someone else who's got their eyes on you, okay? However, remember, just watching out for you and saying, no bullshit, okay? Do not tolerate any bullshit. Cut it out. You have to, okay? With all of this, because it's kind of exciting. Look at this. How many times has the King of Wands come up tonight, people? This is crazy. Oh, gosh. Okay, Joanne. So the challenge might be that you actually kind of are really like magnetized by the situation. Very, very challenging and very, very hard for you. Own bullshit meter. In other words, really good, especially if things are very passionate and heated. If it's like a relationship or a job or a new opportunity in life and you're all fired up about it, feel good, like, oh my God, this could be it, this could be it, this could be it. Certain incredibly important signals, that could be a problem. And like if it involves a guy or like honoring yourself and being your true highest self, and this would be very much to do with Leo North Node energy, like Mark II, and saying goodbye to Joanne Mark I. And this would be the challenge to do that, because you might be getting so swept up in your passions and your desires and intentions, because you see a potential outcome that seems potentially very exciting. There's an indication that there might be some problems here. And if you do not honor or respect the bullshit meter, the truth of the situation, it could be a problem. You could be dishonoring yourself. You could end up being dishonored by someone who apparently has all the best wishes and all best of intentions, and they appear very noble and very, very attractive. Deep down, there might be a whole pile of very, very subtle bullshit that's actually being ignored, okay? And that's a serious problem, because if you jump onto a situation or a person or thing, very, very deep, profound truth that is not healthy, that's a problem. It's going to turn into a much bigger problem later on. So how are we going to deal with that? Move on. Okay, Joanne, that's all it is. In other words, things might be very heated and excited right now. A sensation of like, are we going to part ways? And it's all very heated. And maybe there's a lot of emotional turbulence going on with all of that. But this little Six of Swords here is indicating that, like, what's that expression? prevail, where the way to handle the situation is to calm down the fires, calm down the passions, calm down the energies. Look at the truth. Look at the reality of the situation. Acknowledge your bullshit meter. Bullshit meter telling you. If it's telling you that there's a whole bunch of bullshit going on somewhere, you have to acknowledge that and move on. Put stuff with you. If it means leaving a whole situation, opportunity, person, or way of being behind, then do so. That's probably the most healthy, loving thing to do for yourself and others. Move forward, bringing all your attitudes, perceptions, and beliefs that you know good and wholesome and honest. Bring those with you, but walk away, leave behind anything else that's bullshit, okay? Because it means you're going to have a chance at a much better life. It's a tough reading for me to give you, Joanne. I wish I didn't have to do that. It was a very hard reading for me to deliver for you because it felt like I was being a bully, or I don't mean to be. I'm just calling it out as I feel it. And it's a service. We provide a service here, and if I don't do a good job, then if I tell you something else, then it's not cool. You know, I have to kind of honor my words. I have to live by my words. We're dealing with a huge amount of retrograde energy right now. Mercury just flipped. Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are all retrograde right now. So there's tremendous pressure on everybody, the whole planet, to hold on for ourselves. We need to look inside of ourselves, examine ourselves very, very deeply. Your communications, your Mercury energy, your Saturn energy about your karma, your deaths, how you create your reality. Your Uranus energy about are you honoring the inspiration? And Neptune energy, are you betraying yourself? Okay, and the Pluto energy, are you disempowering yourself? Important questions, and they need to be asked right now. Okay, certainly over the next 3 weeks. A lot of that right now. Okay, I don't want to sound like a bully. Damn it. Sorry, people. Actually, yes, I have to say, after Allson, I don't think I can handle it anymore. I'm going to stop doing the readings. I'm just going to noodle around, play a bit of music, hang out with you guys with the chat and stuff, because I'm really kind of wiped out. We've had a lot of readings tonight, and they've been full readings with all 4 cards, of a single card quickies, because I'm just too burnt out. I'm not too burnt out that I can't do on a reading for Allson, but after Allson, I have to call it quits. Okay, people? Let's go for it, Allson. Here we go. Sorry about that. I know you guys are tough. You can handle it, and we're going to do this another next week, okay? So no worries. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to deal with it, okay? All right, underneath looks, also, you've got the little 6 of cups. Beautiful energy. I don't know what it means in detail for you, but it indicates that you, and it could be that you're carrying love with you, carrying like a legacy of love from the past, and present in your life right now. And it could also indicate that you could be someone who's actually seeking that. If you don't have that, if you don't feel it, the cups here, there might be a sense of longing, nostalgia, yearning for the good times, how things were, how things could have been. It can also indicate that you might be surrounded by some kind of soulmate energy right now, even if it's very, very faint or diffuse. Maybe you're attracting that. Got that, and you're trying to figure out what to do with it. If it's not very present and it's not very obvious, my feeling is that with the 6 of Cups there, it's like maybe wishing for a soulmate, wishing for soulmate love, you know, whatever you want to call that. You know, some people call it twin flames or soulmates or deeply satisfying karmic relationships or just a loving relationship. The old school, where you can sit down and hold hands together and you don't have to say anything. I'm doing that. It's like two old people on the bus, and you see them, you look at them, and you think, my God, they've probably been together for 40 years and they still love each other and they're still holding hands. It's that kind of love. Okay? All right, Allson, let's have a look. What's the situation? Okay. Well, medicine's here. Maybe there's a lot of hope and desire and expectation, and you want it for real. But maybe it's a question of how to make this happen. Well, I don't think you can just make it happen. It just happens, but you do it in a way that's very practical. You don't go off and chase it and get it. You allow it to come to you. About tuning into the Venus energy, the law of attraction, where in order to manifest things effectively, like you don't have to go out and hunt. It's much more about creating the energy inside of yourself that attracts what it is you deserve and what you need in terms of love, okay? And so, again, in very simple terms, that could be very much going back to the very roots of all the tarot Lumination type of energy, where it's about be loving, be loved. It's not just words. It's just not tarot Lumination saying it on a weird show. It's actually doing it. It means going out of your way to extending yourself above and beyond your natural comfort zone in order to love another, spiritual health and well-being. And in so doing, you enhance your own spiritual health and well-being as well. That means taking action. That means doing the work. It does. It sounds strange, but the little Page of Pentacles here in this reading is very much about the power of love in action. How do we do that? In very elementary ways. The thing to do is remove oneself from a situation. Sometimes the most loving thing to do is to insert oneself in a situation and offer a small gesture of kindness. Hand to someone who really needs it. Be willing to extend yourself a little bit. Go out of your way a little bit. Even in the tiniest ways, and plant those seeds and make that happen. And you can actually start teaching yourself how to do that. You can start with brainwashing yourself. I am loving, I am loved. Take that and put that into action. Okay, but what's the challenge here? Okay, wondering whether it actually works. See, with the Three of Wands here, it's about seeing things, having planted seeds already from the Two of Wands and previously from the Ace of Wands. And so it might be that you're kind of aware of what we were just talking about here, and you can kind of sort of feel it. You know you deserve it. You know it's out there for you. In other words, it's almost like I know love is out there for me and I deserve it. And they deserve me as well. But actually putting it into action, understand that you have a duty and an obligation and a responsibility to participate in that process. You can't just sit back and wait for it to happen. It's very much about the energy of participation, putting your love and energy into the world. Energy to the world, or a situation, or a person, or a place, or a job, or an activity. And then seeing and enjoying the outcome. But it looks to me that you're frightened or scared that it doesn't actually work this way, and you're wondering whether it would ever work this way. Will you ever see your ships come in? Will you ever see that true love come in terms of a soulmate? Even if you do all the work, even if you try to do it, is it ever really going to happen? Self-doubt. Okay, so we're coming back to the energy of lack of self-love. On this show a lot, where a lot of times comes back to the energy of love of self-love. How are we going to fix this? You see, you've got the little Three of Cups here. like sort of like a training thing or something going on here, where if you, Allson, male, female, younger, older, attached already, or single and available, or hungry and looking, or whatever it is, or lost and wondering, whatever it is, this kind of energy to manifest effectively, it's very important to love yourself first. And that's what it's indicating here. The first task, the first step is to love oneself first. And you don't expect things to just come at you, or in terms of fate, or by going and getting it. Very, very important to love yourself first. And this little card here is literally telling you, Allson, kindly celebrate yourself. Toast yourself. In fact, it might be time for you to have a party to celebrate Allson. A beautiful card to end the readings for tonight. It's about celebration. It's about celebrating your own light, Allson. Celebrating yourself, loving yourself. In other words, treat yourself. Go out and do something, an actual task. Self-loving. Treat yourself. Love is as love does. If you want a little bit of retail therapy, for example, if you've always wanted a certain little garment, or a certain little trinket, or a certain little thing, or you've always wanted to have a treat massage or something, just treat for yourself, and do it. And celebrate that. Yourself primarily, but then watch what happens, because then you get to celebrate that energy with your friends. And I'm feeling that one of the best things you can do with yourself, for yourself right now, maybe, even if it's simple, like invite one of your buddies with your decaf, or have lunch together, or come and have dinner together, or let's have a barbecue on the weekend together, or let's go out and have a drink together, or have a party, or something like that, and treat yourself with your loved ones, okay? People that you know who are already kind of on your vibe. Spread your love, share your love, hold a party for yourself. Maybe it's your birthday or something. Maybe like, my first day of awakening. First day of awakening party. Come on, all my friends and family. Anyway, at Tarot Illumination Sunday Night Live, that's what we're doing. Thank you very much. Okay, but all we're saying with this reading is take it home. Yourself, okay? Be really, really sweet and kind to yourself. All right, Allson? I hope that helps. I hope that helps. I hope that helps. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings. And this is a beautiful card for you, okay? Just assume that you've got it, okay? I'm going to play a little music, put on another song, or play the same song again or something. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to put this aside, this aside, this aside, and we're just going to hang out now, okay, people? Thank you so much. Now I'm going to start with this. I'm going to finish with the same song that we started, because it's fun and it's kind of goofy and silly, and it's for, I mean, it's a girl's song, and I wrote it for a girl. Sometimes I play around in the music business, even though I never had any big hits. And she sang the song, and I wrote it for her. But I want to share it with you guys now, like we did earlier. And the lyrics are really important. So all the ladies in the house, let your hair down.
My hair fell out, my heel broke off, I slipped through my alarm. I missed the bus tonight, school bus driver walked me home. I sprayed his face with mace and then he left me all alone. I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You didn't wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. A lot of my relationships, they end up in the counseling for being a doctors feel the game, they make me trip and fall. So if you are the man you say you are, you let me close the door. I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You don't wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Fashions and manicures, purple and solutions, dance the legs and fancy racks, serenity substitutions. All you really need is to let the trust me on my shoulder. Takes me naked in the ocean, let it be tonight. I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Getting tattoos on my ass and up and down my arms could get me into trouble, leaving me rejected. Then again, pretending I'm secure like they all do. There is no guarantee that I will be accepted. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. You're gonna dance the stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. It was one of those days when everything goes wrong. My hair fell out, my heel broke on. I slept through my alarm. I missed the bus tonight. So my stalker walked me home. I sprayed his face with mace and then he left me all alone. Tonight, my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. A lot of my relationships, they end up in the ditch. So I'm getting counseling for being a lover. Doctors will see me, they make me trip and fall. So if you are the man you say you are, you want me close to tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You don't wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Fashions and manicures, the purple and solutions, the dance, the wax, the fancy racks, serenity substitutions. All I really need is to let the trust me on my shoulder. Takes me naked in the ocean, let it be. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. So you don't wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Tattoos on my ass and up and down my arms could get me into trouble, leaving gonna dance the rest of the week until the break of day. It was one of those days when everything goes wrong. My hair fell out, my heel broke on. I slept through my alarm. I missed my bus to night school. My stalker walked me home. I sprayed his face with mace and then he left me all alone. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Sometimes relationships, they end up in the ditch. So I'm getting counseling for being alone. Doctors will be gay, they make my trip and falls. If you are the man you say you are, you love me. I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. She's a lady, keeps the bird on solutions. Dance the racks, the fancy racks, to substitution. They need a cement, it's wrong with all my shoulders. Takes me naked in the ocean, living in the moon. I'm gonna dance so stress with me until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Tattoos on my ass and up and down my arms, could get me uncontrollable, leaving me rejected. Then again, pretending I'm secure like they all do. It's no guarantee that I will be accepted. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. We're gonna dance the stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. It was one of those days where everything goes wrong. My hair fell out, my heel broke off. I slept through my alarm. I missed my bus to night school. My stalker walked me home. I sprayed his face with mace and then he left me all alone. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. A lot of my relationships, they end up in the ditch. So I'm getting counseling for being alone. The doctors will see me, they make me trip and fall. So if you are the man you say you are, you'll probably close the bar. I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Solutions, dance the legs, the fancy legs, so empty substitutions. All of these things and then the trust me on your shoulder. Takes me naked in the ocean. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Tattoos on my ass and up and down my arms could get me in control, leaving me rejected, never again pretending not to be like the haunted girl. It's my guarantee that I will be accepted. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. They don't wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. We're gonna dance the stress away until the break of daylight. They don't wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. It was one of those days where everything goes wrong. My hair fell out, my heels broke off, I slipped through my alarm. I missed the bus to night school, my stalker walked me home. I sprayed his face with mace and then he left me all alone. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. A lot of my relationships, they end up in the ditch. So I'm getting counseling for being alone. The doctors will say, yeah, they make me trip and fall. So if you are the man you say you are, you love me to the ball. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. The many girls that verbalize solutions, the dance the backs, the fancy wax, the empty substitutions. All of these things and then the trust me on your shoulder. Takes me naked in the ocean. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. practice on my ass and up and down my arms could get me incontrollable, leaving me rejected. Then again, pretending I'm secure, like they all do. It's no guarantee that I will be accepted. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. We're gonna dance the stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you.
Okay, people, it's been lovely. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Thank all of you for your support. I love doing this for you. All of you brave souls to come to this goofy, crazy show. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming here. It was a pleasure to me, for me to read for you. I love having you around the Tarot Illumination campfire. And blessings to all of you. I hope you have a super week. And we'll see you again next Sunday, okay? All right. Farewell. Farewell. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.